controller down. It's time to talk about the gaming industry. My name is TJ Leo.
And I'm Andrew.
And this is episode 34 of Press Pause, a gaming podcast. How are you, my friends?
Kind of annoyed. Honestly. Kind of annoyed. We had a really good week last week. It was a good week for video games.
Yes.
Samurai Pizza Cats. You know, we talked about that at length.
Heck
I was
yeah.
riding high on that, and then
Monster
this
Train
week,
2.
Yeah, and you had a game that you were into, Monster Train 2, and then this week the news has not been good.
No, we got a lot of crap to go through this week.
Yeah,
that's for sure. Yeah.
So not to get ahead of ourselves, but this is not an episode where we're going to be very excited about the news.
No. And it sucks because for me, this episode is escapism from the world news that happened today that we won't go into.
Oh yeah.
But a lot of bullshit today, and trying my best to forget that we live in a world this stupid.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, hopefully it will be an enjoyable episode. We have a lot to cover, which is always good. We'll make it as fun as humanly possible. And so let's get to some housekeeping before we get on to what we're playing. Reminder, we are on Spotify. I'm good at getting that version of the show up as soon as the video version is up now. So we're good to go there. I had something else that I wanted to talk about from last week. But
Did you not write it down? You, the guy who writes everything down?
Yeah, I'm normally very good at this, and I didn't jot it down.
Yeah, you take notes on everything, and I take notes on almost nothing.
Yeah.
And I take notes on the stuff that I bring into the show. Like if I'm gonna have like an article that I bring in, or something that I want to talk about. But like you keep track of everything.
Yeah, I mean, like when I don't know. It's just I'm very organized as an individual.
Yeah, you are, and that's not a new thing about you. You're always keeping lists, which is good because we should have one of us should be writing this shit down.
I will say that my list is outdated, and I really need to get to it, like my gaming list. For those that don't know, for each time we do a new generation of gaming, I create a new doc that tracks the games that I play and the games that are coming out, and so I track like release dates. Games that were announced but don't have release dates in case like 5 years goes by and we don't hear from them. Elder Scrolls 6.
I was thinking about that one last night.
Yeah. And then I also, when I finish playing them, I categorize them into games that I played, games that I think are like honorable mentions that were really good, and then I have my top 50 that I track. And one thing I'll say is that this generation's not doing very well.
Yeah, it's been this is because of COVID has made stuff weird for a while.
Yeah, and this generation's just been slow and stuck in the past, and just lots of weird decisions.
Yeah,
from
people have
gaming.
really dragged their feet. Jesus, come on, I can talk. Drag their feet on, moving over to, the quote-unquote new consoles. They are not new. At this point, they are.
You sound far away from the mic all of a sudden. Did something change?
I am sitting back a little bit here.
Oh, okay.
Let me get closer. There we go.
There you go. That sounds better. Yeah. It sounded like you were like slowly fading. I was like, something's happening.
Yeah, well, I was leaning back in the chair, and the chair has wheels, so I was probably getting a little bit further every time I twitched.
That's funny.
But yeah, so it's been slow, and it gets slower all the time because of how much work it takes to make games these days.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I mean we've seen the generations stretch out longer and longer, and have fewer and fewer major titles, because of course what is considered a major title 30 years ago, right? Like you think about stuff on the Super Nintendo, those are now considered indie game style projects.
Yeah.
Like Super Metroid was a AAA game in 1994, and these days, small teams of like 5 people are pumping out Super Metroid sized games all the
Yeah.
time, which is,
Yeah.
I mean, great, but it's just, it kind of skews your perception of what's
Yeah.
coming out and how often.
Back then, an indie game would be like, in comparison to Super Metroid, would be like Joe and Mac. That's about the closest I could think of.
I
That
mean,
would
even
be
not even that. Like
that.
the
That's like
whole
double A,
the
maybe.
whole concept of like an indie game is something that at least on game consoles just didn't exist back then
Yeah.
because there was such a massive barrier to entry. Like the
Self-publishing just wasn't
yeah,
a thing.
I wouldn't say that it was like, oh, it's gatekeeping, but you had to get approval. I mean, you still do, but it's a much easier case to get approval these days.
I I would argue it may have been better back then in some ways.
I
Like
mean, in some way, well, when it comes to like the low effort slop that people pump
yeah,
out on, yeah, absolutely,
shovelware. Oh my god,
absolutely. But I
it
mean,
kind of
when
makes me mad that they have like they know
they
they
know,
can't not know that
of
this
course
is a
they know,
problem. Why like do something about it? Like come on.
yeah.
I
But
don't know.
like think of all the games, all the great little like 1, 2, 3 person team games
Oh yeah, for
that
sure.
that we wouldn't have if it was still like, oh, you got to be a great big company to get a developer's
Hollow
license
Knight.
or whatever, or if basically if the if that uh, that sort of renaissance of indie games in the mid to late 2000s, with Xbox Live Arcade
Hmm.
and stuff starting to really come out on Steam and just
Summer of
people
Arcade.
releasing games for free, like Cave Story, man. That was a
Hmm.
free game.
Oh, yeah, yeah. But the gaming industry right now is in such a weird place that
It's a very
really
weird
needs
place.
to. Yeah, it's evolving.
It, it,
Um,
it's basically become the movie industry
yeah, yeah.
where everything that's corporate has to be bigger and bigger,
And
and
AAA sequel, and
there's
yeah,
still room for smaller stuff. It's just that
it's harder
it's
to find the good smaller stuff. I find.
it, it's it's becoming unsustainable at the highest levels. The budgets are
Yeah,
getting too big and things are
hundred
taking
percent,
so long.
100%.
Yeah.
And we've seen that backfire and cause problems in the movie industry with CGI. I mean, we've talked about it before on the show. I'm pretty sure, and I've definitely talked about it with people before. Where I'm like, have you ever noticed that CGI looked better like 10 years ago, 20 years ago?
Yeah, it's
Like
because
they've had to cut back.
they're pushing the visual effects teams to do so much more because
Yeah,
visual effects is not unionized
yeah.
and set building is unionized. Shoots on location often have there are generally laws about having to employ locals. Like for example, there's a law here in Canada that if you bring somebody over, if you're an American movie production, you come here into Canada to film, which a lot of them do because
Mm.
American dollar is worth more.
Vancouver,
And
lots of stuff there.
there are lots of generous incentives to film here in Canada. Lots of I think it's like tax incentives, or I don't think it's subsidies, but there are financial incentives
Yeah,
to
for
come
sure.
and shoot here. There's a law that says you can bring your American crew, but you also have to hire Canadian
Canadians.
people
Yeah.
to. So like if you've got like uh so many, like if you've got a person who you really like who does, I don't know, like setting up your microphone array on set, or so, just some random job on set, you have to
Hmm.
employ somebody who does that here in Canada as well.
Right.
They might not end up doing much other than sitting around and getting coffee for people and getting credit on the movie and a paycheck, but I mean that's kind of the point, is to prevent it from putting film workers in Canada out of business.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot that goes into the gaming industry specifically. That I mean, well, we're going to talk a lot about it
Mm-hmm.
with the news today.
Yep.
But things are definitely changing. I don't know. I don't know why it's taking as long as it is to adjust. It feels like it should have. Like all these companies should have
It feels
realized
like
it.
something should have collapsed by now.
Yeah. Yeah. Like we're we're in a weird, like a spot where it's just like we're on the edge of a precipice,
It's
and
you know what it's like. It's like when you're playing Jenga, and you're like, how the fuck has the tower not fallen
yeah,
over yet? When is like which of these fucking blocks? Like this thing should have
yeah,
gone down 4 block removals ago. When
yeah,
the fuck is it gonna happen?
yeah.
We're at that stage where it's like
There's
any
so
day now, but
yeah, there's so many
apparently,
so many big problems that are just ready to screw so many companies, and the companies are just not changing. I mean, some of them are, and some of them are
yeah.
laying people off, and some of them are
Mm-hmm.
collapsing in on themselves. But like, there's so many companies that are just not pulling triggers where they should be pulling triggers, and you know, well, we'll talk about one of them, but that I
Yeah.
was
And
about to
I
talk about. But
honestly I don't know what to root for in this situation
I
because
know I
like
don't know anymore
part of me
anyway.
is
Yeah,
like, man, I hope these fuckers crash and burn. But then I also like, yeah, but then everybody who works for them will be out of a job.
yeah,
Like I feel like it'll take that level of
yeah,
catastrophe to teach them a lesson, but also the damage that it does to the people who can't
yeah.
afford, who don't have the money to stay afloat, because all the people at the tops of these companies with their multi-million-dollar salaries, they'll be just fine if the company crashes out. They can just move to some other venture or some other business, or they can just
They could
retire.
retire. Yeah,
Yeah,
just say I'm good.
but all the thousands and thousands of developers who don't have that kind of a safety net,
Yep.
they'll be screwed. Oh, who is texting me while I'm recording a show? I'm going to embarrass them. It's
Do
you.
it. It's
It's
me.
you.
It's is it?
It's you.
Wow, it came out really late.
Yep, that's RCS for you.
Yeah.
I really hate RCS. I just send everything as SMS now because it's like there'll be a delay of like I've had like hour-long delays on RCS messages.
I don't know. It might default to that with the app I use on the computer because I
It
don't even use
probably
my phone.
does.
But
Yeah.
I do all my texting from the computer because
Hmm.
my phone's so it's old. It
Yeah.
needs to be replaced. I can't bring myself to spend money where I don't need to. So
Yeah. No, dude, I used a flip phone for oh my god, how long did I use a flip phone for? I used a flip phone for about, well, not a flip phone, but like an old style, like a Nokia style phone with the Symbian operating system. I
mm.
used those up until like I want to say like 2019.
Holy crap! Wow.
Yeah, because I was like, what's it? It still works. Shit
Yeah,
still. Yeah,
I've
I've
got a
owned.
what is this? An S9.
Yeah, I
Um,
have had a cell phone since 2003, and I've owned 3 cell phones in that time.
wow. Well, I mean, I can't really speak because the phone I had before this one was a BlackBerry Curve. So, well, actually, I had a BlackBerry Curve, and then I got a the the slider one
Oh
that they
yeah,
had. It was like their last phone they made. It was like the Touch or the Torch,
yeah,
something like
yeah,
that.
yeah. Torch. They made
And
good
then they went out of
phones.
business.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm really annoyed. I prefer the keyboard
yeah,
uh, than the touch screens.
yeah.
All right, let's move on to what we've been playing. I don't really have a whole lot to say this week, surprisingly.
Rare.
Yeah. I played a little bit more of Avowed, and I decided I don't like
Ah,
it.
that's unfortunate.
um, yeah, the combat is really fun. The world is gorgeous, but the story is just
Oh no.
it's just sad. It's just not good. It's just not
That
a good
yeah,
story.
that's unfortunate in a role playing game where story is kind of important.
Yeah, it's perfectly serviceable, but I don't really want to spend 80 hours in a serviceable RPG. It's like
Yeah,
I'd rather go replay Baldur's Gate 3. I can do that.
yeah.
So or Dragon Age. So I'm like, so I'm trying to figure out what's next. My buddy and I are playing Atlas Fallen still. We're enjoying it still. It hasn't like clicked yet. Like when we play co-op games, we usually like play like 6 games in a row and just be like, okay, which one clicked? you know.
Mm-hmm.
And we usually know it instantly. We're like, oh yeah, this is what we're looking for, you know, just
Yeah,
like Remnant
that's the
2
kind of
did.
thing you usually know right away.
Yeah. And so Atlas Fallen hasn't perfectly clicked. It's fine. It's filling in the gap, but I don't think it's a clicker. Um, we tried Returnal. I don't know if I talked about this last week. We tried Returnal in the co-op mode, and it crashed constantly.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I believe you did mention that.
mention that. I know I tweeted about it because I was really pissed off.
Yeah.
um, but Grounded, the Obsidian game, just went on sale, so we're gonna try that
Ah,
next week. Um,
that's the like multiplayer Honey I Shrunk the Kids type thing, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I really want to get Valheim for us to play, but he doesn't have an Xbox. He has a PlayStation, and
Mm-hmm.
Valheim's only on Xbox and PC. So I'm waiting for that to come out whenever they finish the bloody game.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it comes to PlayStation as like a version 1 launch.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, I'm like, well, Grounded looks, it's like Valheim in first person, but Honey I Shrunk the Kids instead of Viking lore.
God, how many people are even going to understand what we're talking about? Because they didn't keep making those movies. They stopped. They made like 3 of them, and
What
then
movies? Oh, Honey I Shrunk the Kids.
yeah,
Yeah. I heard that they were going to make a TV show recently, and then I haven't heard anything about it for a
they
while.
did make a TV show back in like the late '90s, early 2000s, I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
That must have sucked because I don't remember that at all. I
Yeah,
remember
I know.
the 3 movies I think they did.
Yeah.
Honey I Shrunk the Kids, Honey I Blew Up the Kids,
Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves.
and Honey We Shrunk Ourselves. That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah. I mean, the first movie was great. The other 2 were, they're fine.
We Shrunk Ourselves had some moments in it.
I should rewatch them. I know we blew ourselves up or whatever was bad. That was the one with the giant baby.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, that was terrible. I was talking to someone, one of my friends, about like older sequels, especially with like Disney movies, like old Disney animated movies. But like they did, like they would make Aladdin and they would make Mulan and they would make Lion King, but then they would have these like straight to DVD sequels.
Well, for a little while, they were going to theaters and they were decent. Like there was Return of Jafar, which I remember being a decent movie. No.
This is the funny. That's so funny you bring that up because that's where the discussion went. Because I was like, I don't know how we got on the discussion, but I was like, Mulan's my favorite Disney animated movie. Mulan,
it's a good one.
It's a great one. And she's like, oh yeah, Mulan 2 was great, and I was like,
yeah,
Mulan 2 is a pile of trash. And then we got onto it, and I found out that she did see I think Aladdin 2, and I was like, that was garbage.
I haven't seen it since the 90s, so my standards were probably not as high back then.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough to say, right? But like, so there was Aladdin 1, 2, and 3. Everyone knows Aladdin, the first movie. Classic.
Which is my favorite Disney animated film.
Can't argue with it. It's one of the best of all time. And then the second one wasn't actually Aladdin 2. And that's what a lot of people don't know, is that Return of Jafar was a movie based on the TV show Aladdin, not based on the movie.
The TV show followed the second movie.
No, so the TV show followed the first movie, and then Return of Jafar was like a tie up.
Oh my god!
To the show.
I have to check that because my memory.
I'm pretty certain
the opposite.
And then people don't even know there was a third movie.
So let's see. Return of Jafar was 1994.
I know it was tied to the show either way because Robin Williams was not involved.
No, it was Dan Castellaneta.
Yeah. Most of the cast, I think, was not reprising their roles, if I remember correctly. They were all sound-alikes.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, it was, let's see, it came out, what's the exact date? May 20th. And then the TV series did air first, just by a little bit, February
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. The movie was like a tie-in to the show. And then the actual
Return
Aladdin
of Jafar
2.
was direct to video.
Yeah,
Huh. I
yeah.
thought it went to theaters.
No, no. Aladdin 3 may have. You might want to look that one up because Aladdin 3 is technically Aladdin 2. It's a direct sequel to Aladdin 1. That's the real sequel. Is Aladdin and the
Aladdin
King of
3 is
Thieves.
also direct to video.
Is it
That's
really?
Yeah, I don't remember that. But
It's funny.
I'm looking at the box here, and they make a point of it saying starring Robin Williams.
Yes,
Oh
the
God, that does look like a direct to video movie cover. Ugh.
Return of Jafar or King of Thieves.
Well, I mean, a little bit of both.
So Return of Jafar, if you watch it, you instantly get straight to DVD vibes. But if you watch King of Thieves, it seems like a full like Disney production. Like I don't,
Yeah,
they must have put way more money into it than.
probably. Let's see. The
And
budget for Return of Jafar, according to Wikipedia, was $5 million.
what? Holy
And
shit! Not worth it.
and for King of Thieves, it does not have a budget listed here.
Oh, interesting. Let's see.
Interesting. There isn't even a production thing here.
Google says King of Thieves had a budget of 28 million.
Oh well, that would explain it then.
Yeah, which was the same as the original film.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So that's why I'm like, when I talked to her about it, I was like, yeah, you need to go watch those movies again because Return of Jafar is terrible. You can tell right away its budget from the animation.
Mhm.
It's absolutely terrible.
Yeah.
And then the voices are sound alikes. It's just bad. But
Yeah.
King of Thieves, this is a hot take, might actually be better than Aladdin 1.
I don't know about that, but I did like the way that movie ended because it ends with Aladdin's father kind of riding off into the night, and the fucking God damn, what's the bird's name?
Yago.
Yago, yes. Ends with Yago going off with him, and they because they get along.
Yeah,
and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, and that whole scene with the golden. The Hand of Midas.
Yeah,
Midas. Like that was so cool, and kind of violent, honestly.
Yeah,
for Disney, like guys were turning into gold, like dying on the screen, like it's like holy shite. Yeah, for those that have never seen Aladdin and the King of Thieves, and you like Aladdin, go watch that movie. It's really good. Some great music too, which I cannot say the same for Return of Jafar. It was awful. All right, I don't know how we got on this Disney track, but. I enjoyed it. It's almost like it should have been a episode of Random Encounters. All right. Yeah. So about plop that out of the wayside. Looking forward to Grounded. Hopefully it's good. It's got great ratings, great reviews. It's been out for a couple of years now, I want to say. So it's super patched. And we're going to be playing the PlayStation version, which is interesting because it's an Xbox Studios game.
But that means nothing anymore.
No. Xbox is now the publisher. It's a publisher. Yeah, I don't. That's basically it. I want to say. Yeah, that's it. I don't have much more to talk about. I need something new to play, and I'm not sure what that is. I mean, I tried a couple of other games, but like nothing significant enough to talk about. So
yeah. Yeah, and as for me, it's the same as always. I'm just slowly working away at Stalker.
I did re-download Stalker 2.
Okay.
Because I want to give it another shot.
Yeah.
I'm in one of those lulls right now, so I'm like,
now's the time to do it.
Yeah,
I've been seeing more of the stuff that they've patched in.
Yeah.
Just stuff feeling more natural and less video gamey as I've been playing it. So it's in a good place right now. Or at least it's in a better place than it was when it launched.
Can't be worse.
Yeah, I can't. Well,
no,
it
can't be worse.
You don't have to crash the game deliberately when you're loading it up anymore to get it to work. So
yeah, that would be bad.
Yeah,
that's bad. Bad statement. All right,
I've kind of been wanting to. I kind of been feeling like playing some firefight matches in Halo, but haven't done that yet. Because I know what'll happen is the second I do that, I'll be hooked on it again.
In ODST or
In any of them, that have it, I love firefight
mm,
mode.
yeah, I mean any horde mode, you give that to me, and I'm pretty happy.
Yeah, I'd
Well,
probably
that's not
do it
true.
in Reach because Reach has got
More
like the
options.
jetpack and stuff.
Yeah, it was really unfortunate that Infinite didn't have firefight.
Yeah,
I mean, Infinite was just kind of unfortunate in general.
yeah, a little bit.
So much wasted potential. But we'll see if Halo Studios can do better,
Yeah,
even though they're the same company.
yeah.
All right, let's move on. I don't have a letter of the week, and I'll save Happy Birthday video games for next week when we're actually in March. So let's get to the Metacritic check-in. We've got 2 new games that have come out this week that are of note. Monster Hunter Wilds, which we're going to talk about a little bit more later in the show. Got 2 news articles. Habalabadoo? Can't speak. But it is currently kicking ass. It has the Metacritic Must Play Award sitting at a 90
Mm.
On Metacritic. No user score as of yet. It just came out, I think, today, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken.
Also, all the Monster Hunter fans will be too busy playing it to leave reviews.
That's also very true. And then the only other game of note is PGA Tour 2K25, which is getting very good reviews. Last year was not good at all, so they've definitely made a comeback here, sitting at an 82.
Oh.
I think last year's was like really bad, if I remember correctly. Let me check. 2K24? There wasn't one last year.
Oh, well, that would explain it.
Yeah, because 2K23 looks like it's sitting at a 76, but the user score is 4.5.
Ooh.
Yeah, I did play it, and it plays fine, but it's fugly.
Yeah.
Like, it looks like a PS3 game.
I don't understand how with those yearly sports, or I guess almost yearly sports games, they
Yeah.
could possibly look worse than the previous one, because it's like, well, it's all of the same. It's like all the same players, basically, right? Don't you just have more time to refine the models now?
Not
Because
enough time.
it's not like you're rebuilding the entire game from scratch, right?
You'd
Right?
think. The PGA Tour 2K series is actually the game that was formerly known as Golf Club,
Oh,
if you
yeah.
remember that. And then 2K like grabbed them up and was like, "Hey, you want to make our golf game?" Yeah, I used to like golf games. I can't play them right now. Oh yeah, that was my other update. So I don't know if I talked about this last week or not, but um, controller B on my PlayStation now has basically a broken right stick. Like it just doesn't.
Oh no.
It just doesn't work properly. And then controller A has significant stick drift down.
Yeah.
So there's $100 out the window if, in the next little
Yeah,
bit.
it's so expensive to replace them now. I mean,
It's a
I get
joke.
that they're more complex than they used to be. It's not like a one PCB with 8 points of contact like on the NES. But like, damn,
Yeah.
it wouldn't bother me so much if they didn't break so fucking often. Like my NES
Yeah.
controller still works.
Well, the most frustrating part for me is the fact that normally I have to replace my controllers because the battery just wears out because they're rechargeable and you can't replace them, right?
Yeah.
These are the first controllers I've had with any stick drift problems in my life.
I've had both my PS3 controllers have had issues.
Oof, that sucks.
They've had weird issues too. They had issues with the shoulder buttons, which I've never seen in a controller before.
Yeah, I've never had issues with my controllers at all. Do you remember which console was it where if you like turned on the system with the stick in the wrong direction,
N64.
it would like N64?
Yeah, because they did the stick calibration
When it boots up.
power. Well, no, when power is applied to the controller.
Oh, interesting.
Because
That's so funny.
If you plug a controller in with the stick held in a direction, it'll be messed up as well because it takes the 0 position from wherever it starts when it gets power. So,
well, there you go. Poor N64.
Yeah, those poor controllers.
Those poor palms.
Yep. I know that well.
Yep. Blisters galore.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We got a lot of news to get through, so let's get into the news. Starting with Games of March. It is not technically March when we're recording this, but by the time it goes up, it will probably be March. That's tomorrow. So let's break down what we got coming out in March 2025. Age of Mythology Retold is coming to PS5. Another Xbox Studios game migrating over to the competition. We've got 2 Point Museum coming out on the 4th as well. That's another game in the 2 Point series. So they had 2 Point Hospital, which was basically like Theme Hospital.
Yeah.
Back in the day. And then they had 2 Point Campus. This one's getting pretty good reviews that I've read so far.
Okay.
So better than those two. I don't personally like this series. I find it too restricting. It's like, here's a hospital that's already built and it's only one floor. Build a hospital. And I'm like, hospitals are huge. Why am I so limited in my space? Yeah,
that's a clinic.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, it's not a hospital. I mean, maybe later in the game you get multiple floors, but
maybe they should call it one floor hospital instead of 2 Point.
Exactly. I mean, Theme Hospital was the same way. It was like one floor, and I'm just like, why do they do it this way?
Theme Hospital is a weird name for a game because I know it's a spinoff of Theme Park.
Theme Park, yeah.
But like Theme Hospital, is that like a tropical resort themed hospital? Like all the doctors and nurses have hula skirts and leis? What's going on here?
And they charge even more than they do in the States for healthcare. You pay a premium to go to Theme Hospital.
There's an entry fee, and then you got to pay for all the rides you go on. Except it's like, oh, you get a colonoscopy. The colonoscopator.
Yes.
You gotta wait in line for 3 hours.
Yeah. Are you an airhead? Well, I think they had like a thing where they pop their head with like a needle.
Yeah.
It's very clever, and I like the humor in it and everything, but it's just like, it feels so limiting. Like, the best games of that style are things like Roller Coaster Tycoon and City Skylines, where you have just
Roller Coaster Tycoon much.
Just a huge amount of customization and space to do whatever you want. When you limit them, you're limiting the players' freedom and creativity by limiting the space that they have. So I just never got into it. Like the idea, just don't like the execution.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently people do, because this is like the 3rd game in that series, so it can't be doing that bad.
Oh, good for them.
Yeah. Let's see what else comes out. On the 6th, Fragpunk comes out. This is the new first-person hero shooter with the cards that change the rules of the match, which seems kind of a cool idea. Yeah. I didn't realize that it's like Valorant-like, though, which turns me off a little bit.
Meh.
Which in itself, Valorant is a Counter-Strike-like. So... Like, I don't know if I'll like that or not. I think it'll probably do well, though. Split Fiction also comes out on the 6th. That's the new game from Hazelight Studios, the It Takes Two people. That looks really good. And also on the 6th of March is Suikoden 1 and 2 HD Remaster.
Yeah.
Which I'm still keeping my eye on. I want to try them. I wish there was a demo, though, so I could like really understand if...
The demo is playing the old versions.
Yeah, I could do that. Yeah, that's true. Let's see what else is here. On the 11th, Rise of the Ronin comes to PC. Used to be a PlayStation exclusive. And Wanderstop comes out on Windows, PS5, and Xbox Series. I think that might be coming to Game Pass. I could be wrong. I'll have to check on that. I wanted to check that one out. It looked cool. It's kind of like a Stardew Valley like, but there's like a twist in it where
can we please call it a Harvest Moon like?
A Harvest Moon like, sure.
Stardew Valley is a Harvest Moon like.
Yeah, this is true. This is actually true.
I take offense to that because I love the Harvest Moon games, and
I used to play them too. That's true.
I'm so bitter that Stardew Valley is the one that got huge. It's like there's like.
I'm not saying
they deserve it. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it's like there was like almost 20 years of games like this by the
It's
time
true.
Stardew Valley came out. Were you guys just not paying attention?
Apparently.
Yeah.
And that game was only made by one dude. It's crazy.
Oh god,
And now
that's
he's
insane.
making Chocolatier. I think he's making it now. He keeps trying to make it, and people keep asking for more updates from Stardew
Oh
Valley.
god.
So he keeps getting sucked back into the Stardew vortex. So he can't finish that the new game.
Yeah.
So that comes out on the 11th as well. What else we got? Dungeons of Hinterberg comes out to PS4 and PS5 on the 13th. That was previously an Xbox exclusive. May have been on PC. I'm not sure. WWE 2K25 comes out on the 14th. I think I've already gone over how I feel about yearly sports games, so I don't care. Assassin's Creed Shadows finally comes out on the 20th.
Unless they delay it again.
Yeah, let me tell you. Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 Complete Edition comes to consoles on the 20th.
Oh, that's going to be rough to play with a controller.
I don't know. Like I played the City Skylines on console and it worked great. So as long as they map the controls correctly.
Yeah, but that's originally
PC
a
game.
PC game. So
Yeah,
unless
they'd have to redo it.
If they haven't done, which I mean isn't impossible. Blizzard, for all that we complain about them, did a great
Halo
job
Wars.
adapting Diablo 3 for controller.
Oh, yeah.
I prefer to play it on console.
Yeah, me too. 100%. Agreed. Killing Floor 2. No, 3 comes out on the 25th.
I was going to say Killing Floor 2 has been out for a while.
Yeah.
I should try getting into those because those are
it's basically zombies mode from Call of Duty.
Yeah, except that's the whole game.
The whole game, yeah.
And they're apparently pretty good. Like
I've played the second one.
I've watched videos of it and it looks good.
Yeah.
I like the idea that you can weld doors shut to create a temporary barricade while you kind of like regroup and figure out your strategy. Because that's always the problem with those games is you not being able to organize.
Yeah, I don't like the zombies modes in the Call of Duty games because they're just chaos. They kind of feel like a little Left 4 Dead-y, you know, where it's just chaos. I don't know. I've tried Killing Floor 2, and I think I would need more time with it. And I think playing it alone is just not.
Yeah,
not the way it's meant to be played.
It's a team game.
Yeah, I hope Killing Floor 2 comes to Game Pass or PS Plus game catalog because I'd love to try that. Killing Floor 2, when I played it, felt old. So I don't know how long it's been out, but it felt old when I played
Killing
it.
Floor 2's been out for like at least a decade, I think.
Oh, okay. Well, that reads.
Let me check. It's been out for a long time.
Yeah, it feels like a late PS3 game, or maybe early PS4. Like it feels pretty old.
So let me see here. Killing Floor, the first one, 2009. Killing Floor 2, 2016.
It's almost 10 years. Yeah.
Almost 10 years now.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense then. So, yeah, like early to mid PS4 gen.
Also, the reason why it feels like that is because it's an Unreal Engine 3 game. So what everything on the, all the Unreal Engine games on the PS3 and Xbox 360.
Why did they make it in Unreal 3 at that point in time? That's crazy.
When did Unreal Engine 4 come out?
I feel like it's been out for a long time.
It has been out for a long time.
Unless it was just maybe free to make it on Unreal 3 at that time. So they were like,
you know what it probably was?
What?
The initial release of UE4 was in 2014, so they may have already started it on 3, and
they would have had to restart it.
Yeah,
gotcha.
Because like Killing Floor is I'm pretty sure is a smaller team.
Yeah,
let's see,
it's an indie.
Tripwire Interactive. Yeah, it's. Right, that's right. They have their roots are in Red Orchestra. That mod.
Oh yeah, and they made
for Unreal Tournament.
Yeah, they made Maneater.
Yeah,
too, that shark game.
Oh yeah, they did, didn't they?
Mm, it's crazy. Maneater wasn't that great though.
Yeah,
It was fine.
it was well,
It
it
blew up
was,
real quick and then went away real quick.
yeah, it was like, hey, remember there was that Jaws game on like the PS2? Wouldn't it be cool if there was another one of those? Well, here you go.
Yeah.
It's
It
not
it's
amazing.
so rudimentary. It's just
Yeah.
like, hey, just swim around and bite shit. Okay. Well,
Yeah, but sometimes, I mean, sometimes the novelty is enough, right?
yeah, I think it was definitely like a Twitch game, like a streamer game, where it's
Yeah,
like, hey,
yeah,
look at me, I'm a shark.
yeah.
Yeah. Let's see what else coming out on the 27th. Atom Fall. Um, so I meant to bring this one up to you because they did a gameplay deep dive finally on it in a
Hmm.
trailer recently, and it's giving me like a cross between Bioshock and Stalker vibes.
Oh, this is by Rebellion. It'll
Yeah, so,
probably be decent then, because
yeah,
those are the Sniper Elite guys.
yeah. It looks interesting. I'm reserving judgment until some reviews come out, and kind of like see how it feels.
Hmm.
But that I wasn't interested in that game until I watched that gameplay deep dive. It seems kind of cool.
Okay.
It's a game that doesn't hold your hand like Stalker, where it's just like
I mean,
there's no quests.
oh, in that regard, because I was going to say, Stalker isn't really a game that holds your hand either.
No, like yeah, it doesn't hold your hand in the fact that like there's health. And it's not like regenerative health. It's like there's a
Yeah,
health bar. You have to scavenge for items.
yeah.
It's an open world. At least I think it's an open world. Um, there's some sort of like survival elements where you got to like scavenge for bullets and
Hmm.
um, try to avoid combat when you can, that kind of stuff. So it looks interesting. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm checking out. I'm just taking a quick look at it. That it was an IGN video. You said.
Yeah, I think it's a game overview trailer. Was the name
Yeah,
of
yeah,
it?
and that's the one I'm looking at. Just wanted to make sure that I was looking at the
Yeah,
thing you were talking about.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's that. The funny thing is that if I hadn't just read that that was a Rebellion game, this like the particular moment that I'm looking at right now, I would have said, "Oh, that's definitely made by Rebellion," because every single thing, like I'm looking at this guy with like a beret in front of a bunch of books, Captain Grant Sims. He's talking to the player.
Hmm.
Um, and the lighting looks exactly like Sniper Elite 5.
Yeah, it's got to be running on that same
Yeah, it's got to be
engine.
runand their same engine because I know that they
Yeah,
have an internal engine that they use. It's like looking at this, I'm like, oh, that's definitely the same engine because
yeah.
and it's fine. It's fine.
No,
It's
yeah,
just I recognize that style of lighting very distinctly because I've
yeah.
spent a lot of time trying to hide in those shadows.
Yeah, so hopefully Adam Fall turns out well because it looks kind of cool. We'll see.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The just kind of mousing through this. Yeah, it
Yeah,
looks good.
I would watch the whole trailer after so you can get the voiceover because it's one of those trailers where the voiceover tells you about the game and like what to expect and stuff. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah. Oh man, like Jesus Christ, everything looks like Sniper Elite 5 here. Like just
Yeah.
the way the lighting works, the way the big thing is the ambient occlusion, which is where it generates shadows where two
Hmm.
objects are near one another. It's exactly the same as Sniper Elite 5.
Oh yeah.
It's the most like it's the biggest dead giveaway
If you go
I've
look at
ever seen.
Zombie Dead Army, it's the same thing. Yeah, they
Yeah,
all
yeah,
look
yeah,
very similar to each other for sure.
yeah, yeah.
Also on the 27th of March comes the first Berserker Kazan from Nexon. It's
Oh yeah.
they call it an action role playing game. It kind of looks like a Souls like, but yeah, for those that
Well,
want to
those
dive into
are
that,
action RPGs, so
true. Well, it says action. Oh yeah, action role playing. Yeah, that's right. And the only other one in here that pops out at me is Post Trauma from Raw Fury. That is kind of it's almost like a PS1 throwback horror game, if I remember correctly. It's made in Sweden. It's a Swedish game.
Yeah, let me.
I'm not a huge horror fan, but
I
I
don't.
remember.
Oh, okay. Sorry. So when you say PS1 throwback, I thought you meant like visually. And I'm
No,
looking at this. It's like, no, this looks way better than PS1. But in
no.
terms of like,
It's got like that Resident Evil like
it
camera
yeah,
thing.
it's a lot of predetermined camera positions. It is
Yeah.
still being rendered in real time. It's not pre-rendered backgrounds, but
No.
they're using the predetermined camera angles. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's
see
got a
what you
static
mean.
camera angle kind of style of gameplay, tank controls, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah. All right. Well,
And for
that's it.
some reason, it has Japanese text in the title, despite you said it was a Swedish game.
Yeah, it's being developed in Sweden.
Maybe it's set in Japan then, because
Maybe.
I don't know what.
I haven't really focused on it because I'm not a horror fan, so I couldn't tell you a whole lot about it. I just remember seeing it and going, "Oh, that looks like Resident Evil. That's interesting.
Yeah,
Cool."
yeah, or like Silent
D-
Hill,
Dino Crisis. Yeah.
Dino Crisis. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. There are a lot of other games coming out in March, but those are the noteworthy titles to keep an eye out for. A pretty decent month. So let's get into the actual news. And as always, we kick things off with the sad news. This isn't really gaming related, but I felt like it should have been mentioned. Gene Hackman and his wife Betsy Arakawa were found dead in their New Mexico home
Oh,
on the
for
27th.
if we're also talking about non-gaming related deaths, Michelle Trachtenberg
Yeah,
just died.
the Buffy Dawn from Buffy.
Yeah. What's up with that?
Well, she was so from what I know from both of these, she was 39, and they think that it was complications from a liver transplant.
Yeah.
For her. Gene Hackman and his wife remains a mystery at this point. They're waiting for
They're
toxicology
investigating
reports.
it because they said it was suspicious.
Well, so from what I understand, because I've been following it for a while, there's been a couple of updates. They were both found dead in their home, and it appears that they were likely there for a couple of weeks to a couple of days to a couple of weeks, depending on rate of decay and all that kind of stuff.
Really, nobody checked in on Gene Hackman, a 95-year-old man.
From what I understand, they live a pretty private life. They always have.
Okay.
They have a I don't know if it was a maid or they called him a caretaker, if I remember correctly, who visits them every so often, and that's who found them. But the weird part, and why it seems like it just doesn't make any sense, is they were both dead. They were in different rooms. Neither of them had any physical trauma.
Injury, yeah.
One of their 4 dogs was also dead, but was found in a kennel in a closet. Their other 3 dogs were perfectly fine. And then one of the external doors was unlocked.
Mm-hmm.
There was a heater found next to her body. There were pills scattered next to somewhere on the floor upstairs or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like he fell, like he collapsed. And there was something else. I don't remember what the other thing was.
That's shady as fuck.
Oh yeah, and then they didn't find any evidence to support a gas leak or carbon monoxide poisoning.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, why did 3 of them die and 3 of them didn't? And how did they die?
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah.
So they don't really know, and they're waiting for the autopsy and toxicology reports. So
yeah,
very strange. It's so weird. Gene Hackman's an interesting fellow because when I see him, I go, oh yeah, I've seen him in 1,000 movies.
Mm-hmm.
But then you go back into his what do they call that? Filmography, and I'm like, oh, he hasn't been in a movie since 2004. And then I look at the list of movies he was in, and I was like, I haven't seen 90% of these. How do I know who he is? It's weird. Obviously a legend though,
Yeah.
and hopefully we find out what happened to him in R.I.P. Thoughts go to the family, all that good stuff.
Hmm.
Crazy though, very weird,
Yeah.
very, 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 very weird. So get some information on that once it comes out. What do we got next here? This one's also not specifically gaming related, but I thought it was worth mentioning as well. Um, Skype being shut down in May.
Yeah.
I
I
don't know what
mean,
to say about it. It's Skype. It's a legend, you know.
yeah, but I like at the same time, like I'm also not super surprised.
There's
Um,
so many video
yeah, you
programs.
can do video calling on lots of stuff now.
Yeah,
And I like the fact that Skype usage didn't soar during the pandemic was the thing that to me was like, oh,
the
this
nail in
isn't
the
trouble.
coffin. Yeah,
Because like this thing called Zoom just came out of nowhere and became the thing. It's like Skype has been there for years.
I
How
used
did
Skype during the pandemic, which is weird.
you're like the only person I know
I
who
know,
did?
I know. I don't know how that happened.
Yeah.
I mean, I used Zoom for work,
Hmm.
but for my like family stuff, they all wanted to use Skype, so I was like, okay. But yeah, you're right. Like, there's Zoom, WhatsApp, FaceTime, um, Facebook Messenger,
Yeah.
Microsoft Teams.
Hmm.
There's lots of different things that people can use. So it is kind of interesting how they lost momentum. I think the biggest thing that Skype had going for it was the what did they call it? The VoIP to phone
Oh
thing.
yeah, yeah,
We
yeah,
could
yeah,
call actual phone numbers on it.
yeah. But nobody makes phone calls anymore. So.
Yeah, tell me about it. So RIP Skype.
Hmm.
That was at one point strongly endorsed during the Xbox One reveal.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they own Skype.
Yeah. Well, I'm just pointing that out because the Xbox One reveal was the one where they like completely fucked up and focused on television and
Oh yeah,
video
yeah,
and
yeah,
like we were like is this thing does this thing play games?
yeah.
Anyway. Yeah, but you have to be connected to the internet every 24 hours, otherwise
Oh
we won't have
God!
access
Thank
to it.
God they
Remember that shit?
fucking walked that back. Yeah.
Good times. All right. All right, let's get into some actual gaming news here, folks. Starting with the biggest news of the week. Warner Brothers shuts down 3 studios and cancels Wonder Woman,
Ugh.
which is weird because we were just talking about Wonder Woman, I think, last week.
Hmm.
I'm not going to read the 80th bullshit statement, that corporate statement,
Yeah.
because quite frankly,
It's the
they
same
all,
shit every time.
yeah, fuck them,
Yeah.
quite frankly.
Unless it's something especially egregious or absurd,
Yeah,
like what
yeah,
Ubisoft was saying.
yeah.
There's no point in reading it. No, we do not need to dignify their bullshit.
No, it's enough, and it's really sad on a couple of notes. So they closed Monolith,
Which
which
is
is just
bonkers to me.
I
They
don't
they
understand
made
that.
2 massive hits for WB games,
Yeah,
and they
well, not
were
only that, but like they made what did they make before that? They made huge games before
they
that. They
made
made
Fear, they
Fear.
made No One Lives Forever,
Oh, No One Lives Forever. Like
um,
that was great.
they made Blood. We can forget about Blood too. That was
Yeah, no,
shit
that wasn't
happens.
great.
Um, but yeah,
Yeah.
so Monolith consistently made most of the time pretty good games. And Shadow of Mordor and Shadow of War were massive successes. And
Yeah.
they were handing them like the reins to a Wonder Woman game,
Yeah.
and then now they're fucking shutting them down. Like, are you kidding me? What the
Yeah,
fuck?
I'm assuming something happened with that game because we started hearing about trouble with it. I don't know what specifically the trouble was,
I
but
think I remember reading that they rebooted
they
development on it at
rebooted
some
it.
point.
Yeah, so I'm assuming they looked at how much
How
work
much it was
needed to be done, and
costing? Yeah.
they were like, okay, we can't do this anymore.
But it's like at the same
Um,
time, it's fucking Wonder Woman. Like that's like that would be like canceling a Spider-Man game,
yeah,
or that would be like canceling the Wolverine game. Like it's been such a big deal that, or I
yeah, and
guess
then
it'd be like canceling Scalebound. So it's not like it's unprecedented.
No. The other two studios were Player First Games and WB San Diego. I'm trying to find out what they did. I'm assuming one of them. Oh, here we go. Okay, so Player First Games was the Multiverses team, so that's not
Oh
surprising
yeah, yeah,
because
yeah.
they just shut that game down recently.
The whole multiverses thing has been really strange.
Yeah, yeah. They lost $100 million on that game.
Jesus Christ.
And then WB San Diego was founded in 2019 and didn't release any games.
Oh,
So,
okay. So they're just strangling them in the crib before they've even had a chance to walk.
I mean, maybe they just couldn't get anything going. That's always a possibility. New studios don't always work out.
Yeah, but like, jeez, like to not even like give them a chance to do the one game.
I mean, it's been 6 years.
They were founded right before the pandemic happened. Like, no wonder it took them.
That's true.
Like, no wonder they had difficulty getting stuff off the ground.
Well, that is definitely true. Now, I don't have the follow-up article here, but the biggest question that people have, besides, why did you do this?
Yeah.
The biggest question they have now is, what are they going to do with the Nemesis system?
Oh, absolutely fucking nothing.
Yeah, probably nothing. And it sucks because they own the rights to it. They own the patent to the Nemesis system until 2030, I think it was. Or 2036.
Like that. It's like, this is one of those things, though, that it wouldn't be too difficult to
get around the patent.
Because it's one of those things like a patent covers the specific way that a thing is done. It does not cover the end result. So if you can figure out a different way to achieve the same result, then you can do that. Yeah. It's only when it's like, oh, Namco patented, hey, let's play old video games during loading screens. Like, you could play Galaga while you wait for fucking this Ridge Racer race to load. Like, there's only really one way to do that, which is to emulate the game during the loading screen. That's such a broad thing. But like Nintendo patented the sanity system from Eternal Darkness, and that certainly didn't stop other games from having stuff like that. Indigo Prophecy had a sort of a sanity system because they patented the specific method of it. It's like, well, you just figure out a different way to calculate.
I wonder if they still own that patent.
Well, it'd be expired by now.
You can't renew it.
I don't know. But it's not like they've used it for anything.
No, it's yeah. I can't believe they didn't find anybody to make another Eternal Darkness. That's crazy.
Well, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't feel like that game really needed a sequel.
I mean, it could have been a series similar to Final Fantasy where they just do a completely new story and completely new,
I guess, but like, how many times can you do that specific cosmic horror thing? Like, it's gonna.
Well, you know what they need to do?
What's that?
A remake. Just give us a remake then, just so I can play it again. I want to play it again. It's so good. And don't make me have to play it 3 times. Just get it all done in one go. Yeah. All right, let's move on. Rest in peace, Monolith. Hopefully everybody lands on their feet. I'm getting tired of saying that.
Yep.
Get tired of saying that.
Seems like a thing we say almost every week on this show.
I can't imagine what the flood of unemployed game developers is right now. Like, it's
horrific.
It's like 50,000 people are just looking for jobs. It's like It's like, what the hell? All right. Next up, Quantic Dream has released a statement as reports circulate that Chinese megacorp NetEase was looking to sell off its overseas gaming businesses. I think we reported on that last week. Maybe not. With mass layoffs, cancellations, and shutdowns for multiple years now, NetEase reported withdrawal from Western video game development is concerning, particularly given a number of expensive and high-profile games have flopped in spite of high company expectations. Seems to be an ongoing problem with a lot of companies. However, in a statement posted to LinkedIn, Quantic Dream CEO and head of publishing... I can say a lot of names. I can't say that name. Couldn't even. I'll try. Guami de Fondamier.
Better than nothing.
Sure. Said he was, quote, deeply saddened to learn about the recent layoffs and studio closures affecting some of the NetEase Group's divisions, but assured players that Quantic Dream studios in Paris and Montreal remain unaffected.
Are they affiliated with NetEase?
I think they're owned by NetEase.
Oh, I wasn't aware of that. I was like, what the fuck does Quantic Dream have to say about it?
Let me look that up.
That would explain it then.
Yeah, in 2022, they were purchased by NetEase.
Oh, okay. So I'm sure that's a great investment.
Yeah. I can't believe PlayStation didn't buy them. It seemed like they were going to at some point.
It seemed like they were going to, but I think maybe they saw a reason.
Yeah, maybe they dodged a bullet.
These guys fumbled the Martin Luther King reference in like the easiest way possible. Like, how do you? It's the simplest thing to not fuck up. How do you do that?
Because you be David Cage. That's how you fuck it up.
Yeah.
My biggest question is, how did this team get a Star Wars license?
Yeah.
Weird. Disney, come on. Do better. All right, moving on. Nothing crazy to talk about here, but Forza 5 Horizon was recently announced to release on PlayStation Fall this fall. But we now have a confirmation of the exact release date, which is earlier than expected on April 25th. So, that's for the premium edition, so 4 days early. April 29th for everyone else.
So does this mean we're going to be getting Gran Turismo on Xbox?
Oh, I highly doubt it.
Yeah, I know, right?
that ain't gonna happen.
When was the last Gran Turismo game out? Was that like 3 years ago or something?
Yeah, it was for PS4. It was 7, I think. Yeah.
Remember how long it took them to make? I think it was 5. They had like 5 prologue out, and it was like a third of the game, and then it took them like another 4 years or something to get the full game out.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I think that was the PS3 generation, so I think they were having problems developing for it.
Yeah,
which was a common thing back then. But yeah, so for those who have never played Forza Horizon, pick that up in April. I can vouch for it. It's a great game. It's one of the only arcade racers that I give a shit about anymore, unfortunately, because there's just not a whole lot of them.
Now someday they'll see fit to make another Cruise in USA.
Burnout.
Yeah.
Burnout.
Yeah.
All right, we talked a little bit about Monster Hunter Wilds. It is, as expected, kicking ass.
Mm-hmm.
Monster Hunter Wilds, as expected, has now broken through the 1 million concurrent players mark on Steam, overtaking Cyberpunk 2077 to become the 7th most played game ever on Steam. It is the first Capcom game to hit 1 million concurrent players on Steam. It's now trailing...
sure wasn't fucking Umbrella Corps, I'll tell you that.
Not even close. Not even close. It's trailing behind Valve's MOBA Dota 2, which has an all-time peak concurrent count of 1.295 million. And it seems likely that Monster Hunter Wilds will overtake it this weekend. Monster Hunter Wilds is currently the second most played game on Steam, behind Counter-Strike 2, which surprisingly still has an incredible 1 million concurrents.
I mean, people are going to be playing Counter-Strike until the fucking sun burns out.
I just can't believe there's 1 million people that play Counter-Strike. That's crazy in 2025.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Oh, that's mind-blowing.
Yeah.
Whoever the guy who gets paid for royalties for Counter-Strike.
I wonder if he does. I
would hope fucking so. Jesus.
Because the original Counter-Strike was the product of one guy.
Yeah.
What was his name?
Oof, don't know.
I believe it was Lee. Something Lee. Min Lee, I think. Yeah, Min Lee. Creative Counter-Strike.
Oh, you found that fast, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Min Lee and Jesse Cliff. Or Jess Cliff.
Oh, and he's only 47 years old. That means he made that first Counter-Strike, like, way early.
Yeah, late teens.
Yeah, holy shit.
Rich bastard. That's awesome.
No, man, he he came up from nothing. He came from Vietnam as a
No,
refugee.
now he's I'm sure rich. I have to assume.
Well, he's earned it. He
Oh
didn't,
yeah.
he didn't get a small loan of $100,000 from his parents or some shit.
His net worth is unknown. Unfortunately, so I can't feel worse than I do right now about my own life.
Oh, that's right. He worked on Rust. I forgot about that.
Oh, that's another game. It's still going. That game is for masochists, though.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to spend 800 hours playing a game and then some asshole comes along and destroys everything and steals all your shit? Go play Rust.
Yeah.
All right. More in regards to Monster Hunter Wilds. This one I just thought was funny, so I thought I would report on it. As reported by Automaton, yesterday Japanese studio Pocket Pair said on social media it received a number of, quote, mysterious notices from employees who claim they probably will be feeling unwell tomorrow, being today.
Mm-hmm.
And so today, February 28th, Monster Hunter Wilds official release date is a holiday for Pocket Pair staff. Pocket Pair gave everybody the day off so that they could play through the weekend.
That was actually such a big deal in the past in Japan that they changed the days on which games are released, because I think it was something like Dragon Warrior 3. They were anticipating that so many people were going to call in sick.
So they made sure it was on like a Sunday or something.
Yeah, so they made sure I think the government may have even stepped in and said, "Hey,
that's so funny.
This cannot come out in the middle of the week."
Oh my god!
We cannot have the country shutting down.
They did the same thing with They had the same issues with when like Halo 2 and Halo 3 came out. I remember, especially Halo 3. Everyone was like, "Yeah, I'm not fucking coming on that day. Sorry, bud. I got something else to do."
Mm-hmm.
The problem nowadays, though, is that games are usually broken on day one. So, like, why the fuck bother?
Yeah, I'm looking at it here on Wikipedia. It said there were almost 300 arrests for truancy among students absent from school to purchase the game.
Oh, it's so funny. That's so awesome.
Oh, okay. So hold on. Quick correction here. It is often mistakenly thought that the game's success caused the Japanese government to outlaw further release of Dragon Quest games on school days. In truth, Enix themselves. Okay, so Enix was the one who made that call.
Oh, okay. All right. That makes more sense.
I heard, I guess, a bad story.
That's funny. Good on them, though.
Yeah.
It's a smart idea.
Yeah.
Give them the weekend to get over it, and then they can talk about the game on Monday and with their classmates, instead of having to stay home and
what I did with Halo 2, because I think Halo 2 came out on, well, I don't remember when it came out, but I remember I got it like that weekend and beat it over the weekend because I just sat in front of my Xbox playing Halo 2.
Yeah, I think everyone did that weekend.
Yeah, November 9th. Okay, but what day of the week was November 9th? Let me.
I can find out. Echo. What day was November 9th?
November 9th.
No, what year? Shit.
2004.
Echo. What day was November 9th, 2004?
November 9th, 2004 was on a Tuesday.
Tuesday, which makes sense. Most games came out on Tuesdays back then.
Yeah. So I would have.
Would have waited.
Yeah, I would have. Well, I probably didn't get it on launch day.
Yeah.
But I just remember that I had it, hadn't beaten it before the weekend started, and then I came back after the weekend to school talking to people about it. I'm like, yeah, I finished it. I could not put it down.
I'm kind of sad because games always like launch in such shitty states now.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get that anymore. Where you're like I don't remember the last time I was like giddy thinking about, oh my god, I get to play this game in like 3 hours. Oh my god. Mm-hmm. Like I don't do that anymore because I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna wait like a couple of weeks to make sure this game can actually play properly. Like that sucks. Come on, developers, get your shit together. And publishers, because you're half the problem too. All right, let's move on. I know you're going to go off on this one.
Oh, boy.
Activision finally admits it uses generative AI for some of the Call of Duty Black Ops 6 assets after backlash following AI slop Zombie Santa loading screen. The article reads, Call of Duty maker Activision has finally admitted to using generative AI in the development of Black Ops 6, nearly 3 months after fans accused the company of creating an AI slop Zombie Santa loading screen, which I'm looking at right now, and yeah, it screams AI.
Put that shit in the chat. I want to see it as well. I mean, I don't want to see it, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. It doesn't look that bad, but I just
want to see how obvious it is.
Oh no, now I can tell why. Oh my god, how did they fuck that up? Wow.
Let me see. Don't tell me what it is. Let me get a good look at it.
It shouldn't take very long.
That didn't take long.
How did they not see that?
How did they not? Yeah. What the fuck is wrong with them?
For those that don't know what we're looking at, the zombie Santa has 6 fingers.
Yeah.
And it's right at the camera.
It is so close to the camera that it is out of focus because the focus is pulled in on zombie Santa's face.
But it is very clearly 6 fingers.
Yeah. Yeah, how did that get
past anyone up?
How did they fuck that up?
Because they have somebody shitty doing this shit.
Like this is on the order of that missing JPEG icon on the fucking Cyberpunk like digital purchase card or whatever. Mm-hmm. Like, did you just not have anybody look at this shit?
Yeah, how did no one look at that and
go? Did it just go straight in with nobody ever seeing it? Because it's the most obvious shit in the world.
Looks like on the second image there's a problem with the... Oh yeah, there's 6 fingers on the second image too.
Oh, there's a second one? I didn't even...
Yes. See the thing that says Gobblegum Mania?
Oh yeah.
Look at the middle image.
Yeah.
There's wait a minute, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 7 fingers because the thumb's on the other side.
Yep.
Like, it took me 2 seconds to realize this, and no one realized this. Did one individual look at this shit?
Clearly not.
No, I'm sure one individual did look at it, and that's it. No one else looked at it.
Whoever fucking spotted it.
Yeah. What else is in here? Yeah, look, like they at the bottom there under COD zombies, they have a bunch of the loading screen images, and they all scream AI.
Yeah.
Especially, oh my god, look at the one with the cookies. Oh my god. You guys were that fucking cheap and lazy that you couldn't just get someone to draw some of this shit for you.
Yeah, fucking Microsoft just bought your asses for billions and billions of dollars, and you're
gonna go use AI to make free loading screens.
Yeah.
Fucking idiots.
Yeah.
Did they say anything? Let's see. So fans called on Activision to disclose the use of generative AI for art that was included in bundles that are sold. Blah 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 blah.
Now here's a question: that game's on Steam, right?
No, it would be on Battle.net.
Oh, it's not available on Steam?
I don't think so.
Because I'm pretty sure Valve has a rule that says no generative AI in games on Steam, and if we find out that you've done it, we'll take the game down.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's only on... Oh, wait. Oh, no, Black Ops 6 is on Valve. Yeah.
So if what I've heard is true...
they added a disclosure.
That
says our team uses generative AI tools to help develop some in-game assets.
Oh, I see. It's too big to take off, so fucking...
So they forced them to put a note out.
Yeah. Fuck that shit. They should take it off. They should stop selling it on Steam until that shit's gone.
I agree. Show them. Yeah. Come on, Gabe. You can do it. You got the power. Mm-hmm. Do it. Mm-hmm. Do it. All right. So, yeah. Good job, Activision. Stepping in shit once again. All right, let's move on. Pokemon Day was this week. And they announced several things. Going to go over them real quick here. don't have a ton to say, but I thought it was worth mentioning. Most of the presentation was spent on Pokemon Legends Z to A, which is just a weird name, but it's anime, whatever. A lot of new details. Cool new combat system, I will say. Legends had an interesting combat system, but it still didn't feel right. But now, like, you can actually like move your character around during battles and like position them and position the Pokemon correctly and give like it just seems like what Pokemon should have generated into 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And so it looks kind of cool. The one thing I will say though is that game is fucking ugly. Good lord. Why was this not developed for Switch 2?
Yeah.
It looks absolutely atrocious. The freaking windows have balconies and they're 2D. Like they're painted onto the building. This is 2025, guys. Come on. And by the way, the whole game takes place in the city. So, and that's what you do? Come on. I kind of want them. I kind of want like Game Freak and the Pokemon Company to just go away. Just give that IP to someone else who can actually do something with it. Because Jesus Christ.
Well, I mean, at a certain point, it doesn't matter. It's an infinite money machine.
Oh, it is. I know. It just sucks that it's just stuck in this company that just doesn't do anything with it. Like you have so much money, and your games do not reflect budgets of a company with that much money.
Yeah,
they're just penny pinchers. They're like, how much can we squeeze out of kids these days? It's like, oh my god, Pokemon could be so much better, and they just don't do it, and it's infuriating.
Yeah,
there's a reason they don't capture adults. It's because
the thing is they do. There's a lot of adults who plays Pokemon games.
I know. I don't get it. That being said, it does look like an interesting game. It just feels like they put the least amount of effort into their games. Mm-hmm. They're like, can we just do just enough where people will buy it and enjoy it?
Yeah.
It's like, ugh. It just kind of makes me nauseous a little bit. They also revealed Pokemon Champions, which seems to be like a spiritual successor to Pokemon Stadium from back in the day. So that's cool. Coming to Switch, iOS, and Android. They released another booster pack for the trading card game Pocket on phones.
Mm-hmm.
Some new TV show stuff for Pokemon. What's this? Some updates to Pokemon Scarlet and Violet and Go. Some new Pokemon added to Pokemon Unite. Some more new stuff for Pokemon Cafe and Pokemon Masters X. Why isn't it just called Pokemon Masters? Why is it called Pokemon Masters X?
I have no idea.
I'm
pretty checked out on the whole Pokemon thing. I got new Pokemon Snap, and that's genuinely the only thing I care about is taking pictures.
I play the Pocket trading card game just because it's something to do. It's like, oh cool, I got a cool card, cool. And it's free, so I'm like, whatever.
Yeah, I have basically no love for digital versions of card games.
Hey man, trading card game on Game Boy, original Game Boy.
Yeah, sure.
I think I personally prefer that game over the original Pokemon.
You're not the only person I know who feels that way.
So good. But yeah, I think Pokemon fans are fairly happy with what they saw, but it certainly doesn't get me interested in their product. So, but I guess I'm just not their target demographic, I guess. Next up, and this one makes me happy and makes me sad. A March lineup for PlayStation Plus Essential Games. So again, this is the 3 free games that you get for PlayStation Plus, no matter which tier you're on, are going to get Sonic Colors Ultimate, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Cowabunga Collection, which makes me happy because I want that. You showed me that on Switch. I think.
Yep.
And somehow, Dragon Age: The Veilguard.
Okay.
I guess they gave it to PlayStation just to make a little bit more money off of it.
Yeah.
I guess. really, really annoying. Really, really annoying. But now all the crazy people out there who didn't play that game, you don't have any reason not to play it anymore. If you have a PlayStation, go play Dragon Age Veilguard. It is very, very good. Well, don't play it now. Play it on March 4th when they come out, which is next week, next Tuesday. BioWare. What more can I say about BioWare? And EA. All right, moving on to Xbox. This was a big shocker to me. Fable delayed to 2026.
Yeah, it doesn't really surprise me.
And they showed off pre-alpha gameplay. Nothing really to say here. It was supposed to come out this year.
Yeah, and we hadn't heard anything about it, which is why it doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, it's been a while since they showed anything about it. I'm exhausted with Xbox, man. I'm so exhausted. They can't get shit out. And when they do, it's 7. It's like a 7 out of 10 game. You know? Or it's a 4 out of 10 game. Like they can't get shit out. I just don't understand.
Oh, they are getting shit out. They're just getting it out on PlayStation.
Ooh. Sick burn. I checked out the alpha.
You say that, but they're just going to make more money off of it. So, ooh, no,
I mean, yeah.
What a horrible burn. How awful for them. They're going to make more money.
The weird thing about Xbox now is that they are clearly third-party publishing at this point. This is just who they're going to be. And the fact that they're going into handheld, or not handheld, the fact that they're going to make more consoles next gen, I'm like, who would buy that?
Yeah, like it almost seems like the smart thing to do would have been to lean into the multimedia capabilities of the Xbox instead of like pulling away from them like they did. It's like, hey, it's a game system, but it's also your DVR, it's your streaming box,
I don't think that would have worked because it's expensive. You know what I mean? Like if you were to, let's say, sell this idea to grandma and grandpa and your parents and stuff like that, they would hear all these buzzwords and they'll be like, oh yeah, this is an all box thing. This has all your shit on it. But then they would go, how much is it? And then you would go, well, it's like $500.
Yeah.
And they'd go, why would I spend that much money? I'll just buy a smart TV with all the apps on it.
Yeah. So I see what you mean there, but here's let me turn around and tell you my reasoning.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to pay that much, it should do all that stuff.
I mean, that's fair.
Yeah, the fact that it doesn't do, like, you have to download an app for it to play music CDs. That's insane.
Yeah.
Why the fuck is that? And it's like the tiniest app. It's like a 2 megabyte application.
Yeah. Why was it just not included on the system? Yeah.
Part of it.
Yeah. If it's only 2 megabytes, who gives a shit? Just put it on there.
I don't actually know how large it is, but it's
I'm
not
sure it's
big.
small.
It takes seconds to download.
Yeah. Your guess is as good as mine, man. I'm baffled.
Like that shit should do everything.
Yep. Wasn't that one of PlayStation's slogans? It only does everything.
Yeah.
I think it was PS4, wasn't it?
Yeah. Except fucking Ultra HD Blu-rays. Doesn't do that shit.
Yeah. Oh, I don't think anyone gave a shit.
I give a shit.
No, I did Blu-rays.
No, but not Ultra HD, not the 4K Blu-rays.
Oh, the PS4. Yeah, no, it didn't. Yeah. I don't even think the PS5 does that.
Which would be crazy because the Xbox One X, I know, did 4K Blu-rays.
I've never tried, so I guess I can't really say. I don't have any 4K Blu-rays. Getting back to Fable, I checked out the pre-alpha gameplay that they released, and I don't know why they bothered, honestly. It didn't show anything new that we haven't seen in the trailers. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, well, why did they even bother? You should have just went quiet. So disappointing. Another game delayed. What else is new? All right, that is the news, ladies and gentlemen. Our topic of the week this week is kind of news, but I thought I would just make it the topic of the week because it's such a separate thing, and that is that ID at Xbox had a showcase that was partnered with IGN FanFest. There was a lot of trailers that was revealed by IGN FanFest. I didn't go through them all because there was like 1,000. I just couldn't keep up with how many they were releasing. There was some kind of cool stuff in the IGN FanFest that was cool, but I don't know. IGN FanFest is a little too all over the place. There's no real focus. It's like, here's some movie shit, here's some gaming shit, here's some comic book shit. Like it's kind of all over the place. I don't like it. It's not focused enough for me. So we will look at the ID at Xbox showcase though. So let's take a look at what they had to show, starting with Balatro is now on Xbox Game Pass, which is awesome. For the 3 people in the world that haven't played Balatro.
I'm one of those people.
Go play Balatro.
No.
You don't have Game Pass though, do you?
No, but it's available on everything and it doesn't cost that much. But the answer is no, because I've heard every single person has said nothing but how addicting the game is. And it's like, okay, so I shouldn't play it then because it's addicting. Like, you're not selling me on the game.
I'm not as high on it as other people are. I enjoyed it, but I had my fill, and then I checked out. I didn't get addicted to it like a lot of people have. I definitely prefer Monster Train. I got addicted to. But it's great. Go play it. It's fun. I don't think you'll get addicted to it. I think you'll play a good 10 hours of it and then have your fill. And that was it. It's fun. I think its hype was overblown though, personally. They made some release date announcement for Tron Catalyst. Looks fine. I'm not a Tron dude, so I can't really say a whole lot. But it is coming out on June 17th.
I mean, I've seen Tron. It was a fine movie. Tron Legacy was okay as well.
Yeah, I don't think I've played a game that's good though in the Tron universe. They showed a little bit more about the Lies of P DLC Overture.
Mm-hmm.
So it's great. They just showed that 2 weeks ago. So just showed more of it, I guess. Looks good for people that enjoy Lies of P.
Yep.
33 Immortals is set for an early access launch this March. Who are these guys? I can't remember who made this. Let's see. I know it's a noteworthy developer. Let me see. Thunder Lotus. What did they make? Thunder Lotus. Their website is not loading. Oh, they made Spiritfarer and Sundered and Newton. Okay. Those who haven't played Spiritfarer, go check that out. If you're okay with games that are not necessarily action, because there's not really any action in those games, but great story and you know some building mechanics and puzzle mechanics and stuff. It's I loved it. It was very, very cool and just a gorgeous game visually. Absolutely gorgeous game. 33 Immortals. I don't know. I have my doubts about this game. So it is a co-op action roguelike.
Sounds like they needed a 34th Immortal. 33 just wasn't enough for you.
Just wasn't enough, no. But it's a 33 player co-op game. Online co-op game. It just seems a little bit too chaotic for me. 33 players on a 2D sort of Zelda style isometric kind of screen.
Yeah.
Fighting bosses and it could be good. Maybe it'll be just the next big thing. Who knows? But it's just a little bit too chaotic for me. But for those that are interested, March 18th, 2025. Revenge of the Savage Planet got a release date May 8th. Revenge of the Savage Planet is the sequel to what was the first game called?
Was it just The Savage Planet?
No, it was something. it was something else with the Savage Planet in it. Game. What was it called? Journey to the Savage Planet.
There you go.
So Journey to the Savage Planet was a first-person adventure exploration crafting game. And this one is a third-person action crafting game. So that's really the only difference, but it's a sequel. Lots of crazy weapons. It looks basically more of the same. So if you enjoyed the first game, I'm sure you'll enjoy this one. Looks cool. I didn't get into the first game. I thought it was a little bit too confusing. It's kind of one of those games. It's like, here you go. It's got some good humor and stuff like that, but the world's just kind of confusing and hard to navigate and hard to tell where you are, and I don't know. Just didn't click with me.
Yeah.
But this next game though, oh boy. You're looking at the next big multiplayer hit right here. Jump Ship. So this is a Sea of Thieves mixed with Left 4 Dead, mixed with FTL. Remember FTL?
Yeah.
Faster Than Light?
Yep.
So it's a 4-player co-op game in first person where you are all manning a spaceship, a la like Star Trek or Star Wars.
Yeah.
Kind of like a Millennium Falcon thing, where the ship is the level, essentially. And you can drive it through space, fly it through space, and do like dogfighting combat and go to locations and all this kind of stuff. But then you also have to have other players that are manning the turrets, kind of like on the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah.
But you also have first-person shooting combat on top of that. And then on top of that, you have roguelite kind of stuff going on where you're like FTL, where you're deciding on the paths to take and you're getting randomly generated stuff to deal with.
Yeah. How many players?
4.
Is this? 4. That's a lot of
4.
work for 4 people.
Yeah, so you got one who drives, one who does the turrets, one who has to like shoot shit, and then there's like other things too. Like you have to repair the ship. Like as the ship gets damaged in the dogfighting, fires will start on the ship, so someone has to grab a fire extinguisher and go put them out. So it's just always chaos and just intensity. It looks great. I saw this the first time and I was like, oh, that could be a cool concept. They didn't really elaborate on like the roguelite elements and FTL sort of elements. It was just like a dude flying a ship and everyone else was like having first-person shooter combat on the ship while it was flying around, which looks badass, by the way, because you can go on the outside of the ship while the dude's flying it, and it's real time. So you're like, the dude does like a freaking barrel roll when you're on the outside of the ship, and you're like, ah! It's everything. The whole thing spins. Cool. It looks crazy.
Let me look this up so I can see.
Yeah, Jump Ship. I think they did another game overview trailer. I think there was a game overview trailer. It looks just fantastic. Like this looks up my alley. And I think you can play it alone with AI, which it speaks to me. I hate games when they come out like this and there's like, no, you have to have 3 other people.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, fuck you then.
There's also you're forgetting the most important feature of all. There's pizza.
Yes, yeah. You could eat pineapple pizza in the game to like rejuvenate your health or something like that. It looks so funny.
Yeah, it's also the biggest slice of pizza I've ever seen. It's like it basically took a quarter of the pizza.
Yeah, it's
and
huge.
said, that's my lunch. Which I mean, sure, I eat that much of a pizza, but I usually take it in 2 or 3 slices.
Yeah, different slices.
I don't just quarter the thing and then carry it off.
No. Yeah, but it looks great. Like that game's gonna. I feel like as long as that game, runs well and plays well, I think that game's going to be a huge hit. I feel like that's going to be a big seller.
Yeah.
Very unique and very cool. So can't wait to see that one. I don't think it got a release date though. I think it just said it's entering early access this summer. So.
Oh, maybe that'll be the next thing that we try and see if it hits.
As long as there's crossplay, because there's no way that game will run on my PC.
Yeah.
Yeah, we will see. I doubt it will have crossplay at launch. It's an early access game, so.
Well, maybe they'll want to test crossplay early.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah, it's possible. Yeah, some games when they do early access, they're like in like pre-alpha state, and some games come out in like beta state, and then they
some games come out in
tweaks.
Pretty good shape.
Yeah. So we'll see.
And I've run the gamut on that because I've played games that are in pre-alpha state.
Yeah.
It's like, you have
ugly.
one map and no textures on anything.
Yeah, it can be pretty ugly on early access for sure.
Yeah.
But that was probably the highlight of ID at Xbox for me. That looks just phenomenal. Looks so cool. The next up was a spiritual successor to Patapon called Ratatan.
Yep.
I think it got a release date or a release window, so it's coming out in 2025. I don't have much to say about this. I was not a fan of Patapon, so I know a lot of people were, though. For those that don't know, Patapon was a PSP series. There was Patapon 1, 2, and 3. I think 3 came out on Vita, maybe. Patapon 3, I think, is out on PlayStation Plus game catalog now, if I remember correctly. So you can go play it. It's a rhythm puzzle action game.
Yeah.
It's hard to describe.
Yeah. But there's always like a marching thing going on with it. Patapon. Yeah. That was what drove oh god, I forget. I think it was I can't remember which character in Penny Arcade brutally murdered the other over the sound of Patapon.
Oh yeah. That's why I couldn't play it.
It was one of them.
I don't blame him. That's why I didn't enjoy it, because I was like, I don't want to listen to Patapon for like 6 hours. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Blow my head off. But this one's not Patapon. Maybe this one will convince me. Ratatan.
Oh yeah, maybe that'll be the difference.
That'll be the yeah. That'll be what gets me in. Next up was Echo Weaver, which is a Metroidvania. I don't think it got a release date.
Which is not Echo Chrome, which was also a PSP game.
And PS3, yeah.
And PS3, yes.
I'm going to look at the trailer for this one just to remind me what this one was, because I don't remember this one.
Sorry, it was Echo, what was it?
Weaver.
Echo Weaver. Oh, that's higher up. Yeah, here we go.
That looks okay.
Yeah.
Dope soundtrack, though.
Cool art style, too.
Yeah. That could be good. Yeah. I mean,
it looks very Metroid-ish, like with the
yeah.
sort of like the overgrowth and stuff.
Yeah. The problem with Metroidvanias now is that they're a dime a dozen. So you really got to do something.
So many of them. Yeah.
Yeah. You got to stand out somehow.
Which, like, I love that style of game. I absolutely adore Metroid. But at a certain point, yeah, it's like, well, I gotta make time for which ones I play. So
it looks like
it looks like
there might be a
physics thing going.
Well, yeah, physics thing, but it looks like there's a roguelite element. It looks like if you die, time goes back to where you start at the beginning of the game.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't really. It says, yeah, the tagline of the game is "Escape the Loop." So, it's on Game Pass.
Yep.
So I'll be able to play it whenever it comes out. Sweet. Speaking of Game Pass, the next game on my list, oh boy, speaks to my heart. Moonlighter 2, arriving on Game Pass day 1. I don't think it has a release date though, but I've spoken about Moonlighter on the show before. Cannot wait to play this game. For those that don't know, my Moonlighter was the game where you during the day. You are in a shop selling goods and items and stuff, and haggling with prices and stuff like that to the townsfolk. And at night, you're going into the dungeon to get said items to sell and defeating bosses and stuff.
Yeah,
like that.
It's basically Resetir, but
we had talked about that recently.
Not made in Japan.
Yeah, very cool.
Unless it is made in Japan, I don't know.
11-bit Studios, I think, is the.
Oh no! So that's the This War of Mine people.
Oh well, there you go. Yeah. The first game was sort of a Zelda style, like 2D style. This one is sort of a 3D isometric style, so it's a little bit different, but still the same idea. So I'm very, very excited about that.
Huh? I'm seeing here. There's a trailer for Gex Trilogy. That's weird. AVGN just did a Gex video.
Yeah. They're doing the 2D Gex, the first 3D Gex, and then Enter the Gecko, I think.
Yeah, well, that's all of them.
Oh, is that all of them? I thought there was another
guess
one.
Except for like the Game Boy Color version of Gex 2 or whatever.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I could have sworn there was 3 3D ones. No, just 2.
No,
Gex and then Gex Enter the Gecko.
So there's Gex. Gex Enter the Gecko and Gex Deep Cover Gecko, which is the third one.
Oh, okay. That one I never played. Interesting. Okay, the next game on the list is Blueprints, releasing on April 10th, 2025. This one is coming to PlayStation Plus game catalog, so it's a little interesting that they put it at ID at Xbox. I don't know if it's coming to Game Pass. Maybe it's coming to Game Pass and PS Plus catalog. But it is a strategy puzzle adventure game. It says it takes place in Mount Holly, a place where every dawn unveils a new mystery. So you basically like explore a mansion, but every time the sun comes up, the layout of the house reconfigures or resets.
Oh.
And then as you explore it, every time you like open a door, a new room will appear, and each one has like a puzzle, and you have to like get through all of the rooms in order to get to the final room, which is room 46, they say.
Okay.
But apparently, I can't remember who it was. There was an indie developer who said like this is the game he's most excited for right now, and I can't remember who it was, but it was like a noteworthy name. I wish I could remember who it was, but looking forward to that one. Looks very cool. I like games like that. Do something different.
Yeah.
This next game, however, I am not excited for because it looks like my worst nightmare from games of the past.
Okay.
Herdling. So Herdling is headed to PC and Xbox in summer, this summer, and it's basically a game where you herd a bunch of animals through the world, through different like scenarios and missions.
So it's like the ultimate escort mission.
Yeah, exactly. Like, do you remember like having to herd the sheep in Zelda Twilight Princess?
No,
this is
but
real
that game came out almost 20 years ago, so
that's fair. Yeah, I mean, just think of any time you have to herd sheep in a game, and this is like the whole game. So I'm like, just no, that's not appealing to me. That would piss me off. Having to herd animals for the whole game, unless it has some sort of mechanic that's not like that, but it doesn't look like it from the trailer. So there's no interest whatsoever in that one.
Yeah.
Next game was Outbound, which we've seen teased before. It's basically a game where you have a camper and you go camping, I guess.
Okay.
They call it a relaxing open world adventure. They need more.
It's not much of an adventure if it's relaxing, right?
Yeah, I don't understand what the actual concept behind the game is. Like they've shown stuff, and I'm like, some of this looks cool, but like, what's the point? They showed like collecting resources and like designing your camper and like upgrading your camper and stuff like that. But
maybe it's like an Animal Crossing thing. Maybe it's for the sake of it.
Yeah, just to enjoy it, just to take a load off, I guess. I don't know why they've shown this game like 3 or 4 times already, because it doesn't come out till 2026. So
yeah,
maybe stop advertising a game that's still like over a year away. It's kind of strange. The next one was Hotel Barcelona, which is Suda 51.
Oh,
their new game with Swery 65.
Oh, so okay, yeah,
like
that makes sense.
Yeah,
put these two weirdos together and see what they can come up with.
Yeah, it says the game stars a novice federal marshal named Justine, who just so happens to have an insane serial killer named Dr. Carnival living inside of her.
Oh,
this mystery horror action. Yeah, what is a mystery horror action game? I don't know what that means. Will task players with helping out Justine by killing all of the other evil serial killers and escaping from a cursed hotel.
Oh, so this is like this is fucking Dexter.
Yeah, I guess. I'm trying to look at the. Oh, it's a side scroller.
Yeah, now I hold on a second. I'm trying to find this because I fucking saw the thumbnail here. And
yeah, it's like a woman, like.
Yeah, I know what it looks like. It caught my eye, and I can't find it. There's so much shit on screen. It looked like it made me think of like Hotline Miami. The look of the thumbnail.
The game definitely doesn't look like that.
Yeah, though. Yeah. I'm just saying that's what the thumbnail made me think of.
The game looks batshit crazy, like any Suda51 game. Hey, buddy. Come here.
Why can I not do a fucking text string search? Jesus Christ. Am I just gonna have to, like, oh my god.
Just search for Hotel Barcelona official gameplay trailer. That'll
Yeah,
probably bring up
I'm on IGN's video page.
Just search on Google. It'll come up.
Yeah, here we go. Oh, yeah, okay. This is... Okay.
Yeah, it's batshit crazy.
Yeah.
Why are you wet?
I mean, I kind of dig the look of it.
Yeah.
Kind of zoomed in for a side-scrolling platformer game, though.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
Zoom out a little bit.
Yeah, I have no interest. I don't think I've played a Suda51 game that I've enjoyed, so no offense to him, but...
Yeah, he makes some weird stuff. I mean, I kind of liked Killer 7. I wish that it had been on the Wii instead, because it was basically a light gun game that you were controlling with a fucking analog stick.
What else did he make? Oh, he was the No More Heroes guy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Shadows of the Damned. That was the one I remember being just fucking bonkers. Yeah. So yeah, I don't really have much to say about it. It's not my thing. They showed off more of Tanuki Pond Summer, which is sort of just another cutesy game about a tanuki who rides a bike
with those giant balls. How do they manage that? Or do they just sidestep the giant balls thing?
Maybe it's a female tanuki.
Oh yeah, there you go.
I don't know. It doesn't say. It just says an adorable raccoon. So couldn't tell you. But he's a part-time mailman. So I don't know. But it's going to be released later in 2025. Not my kind of game. Wax Heads was the next one. They call it a cozy punk slice of life narrative sim.
The fuck does that mean?
I don't fucking know.
How can something be cozy and punk?
It's a punk style visually.
Fucking, I hate this shit. I hate how punk has just become a stand-in for the word theme. Like, people said, cyberpunk instead of cyber, specifically because of the themes of it. But then there's like, steampunk. What's punk about it? Well, nothing, but it's steam instead of cyber. So it doesn't fucking... And now everything is just anymore. Punk. Everything is just whatever punk.
Yeah.
Even if it doesn't have any fucking
cozy
elements,
punk.
Any elements of rebellion or standing up to authority. It's just fucking...
It's just a style.
Yeah, it literally just means theme now. So cozy punk, you mean it's cozy themed? Fucking morons.
Well, no, it's like... So the idea of the game is that you're running a record shop that is very punk style. Like I said, it's like
that is the fucking loosest possible definition of it.
Trust me. Here's the problem, though, and I feel for developers in this way and publishers in this way. It's so hard to describe what your game is by genre now because there's so many genres and there's so many genres that cross over.
Yes, there's so much fusion and stuff.
Yeah, so they're basically just trying to pick words that give a vague description of what kind of game.
Yeah, that people will say, I know other stuff that's just I fucking ugh.
It's tough. It's tough. But it's a good thing in some ways. It's a good thing because we're getting games that just vary.
It's not good for words because now the words don't mean anything. You just keep...
It's good. It's not good for words and definitions. It's true. It's unfortunately
they didn't actually explain anything to me. Like, it wasn't
until
cozy
punk.
Yeah. It wasn't until you said, you're at a record shop that sells punk music. It's like, fucking... Like, I would have never gleaned that from describing it as cozy punk. So, no, it has in fact not done the job. It has actually made things more confusing.
Yeah, cozy punk slice of life narrative sim.
Yeah, fuck that. Fuck that. That feels like a joke. That feels like somebody's joke.
I
If
mean,
that's serious, then fuck you.
what genre would you say a game where you run a record shop selling records and preserving records and supporting bands?
I
What
would
genre
call
that
that
would
a
be?
business simulator.
A business sim.
Yeah.
But it has a narrative, though. It has a
Sure.
story.
Of course, it can have a story. Lots of games have stories without being called narrative. You
Sims, though? Sim games are usually not narrative. Sim games are usually are like Surgeon Simulator and City Skylines. And
Surgeon Simulator has a story. It's just not front and center. It's in the fucking. It's in the
I didn't
notes.
even know it had a story.
There's notes talking to like address like the character you play as in Surgeon Simulator has a name and a history.
Oh, he does?
Yeah.
I thought it was just Surgeon Simulator.
No,
Or
it's
Surgeon.
like Nigel, I think.
I'm learning things today. You play as Nigel
Yeah.
in Surgeon Simulator. I mean, it's just as stupid as saying, I play as Steve in Minecraft. It's like, who gives a shit, really?
Anyway, my point is, it's stop just like throwing words into a blender and pulling them out and going, "That's my fucking game." It's a goddamn narrative skateboarding MMORPG slice of life idle clicker.
I'm trying to picture what that game would be. I can't.
Well, that's the thing is you can't have an idle clicker. Those are two mutually exclusive terms.
An idle clicker MMO skateboarding game.
Yeah, you play it by not playing it, but also by constantly clicking on it with other people while
With other
skateboarding.
people.
And there's a rich narrative about somebody coming to terms with their sexuality or whatever. It's always what the narrative is about. It's like
so it's not a game for the dude bros.
It's somebody discovering that they're bisexual through the power of skateboarding in their community. Wait, hold on a second. Hold on. I gotta stop. This actually sounds kind of cool. I would play this game.
Oh shit.
If you could make a multiplayer skateboarding game about somebody coming to terms with their sexuality, I would be very impressed when I would play.
Especially if it was an idle clicker.
Yeah, I'd play the shit out of it. So maybe I should shut the fuck up because I'm undermining my own point.
Oh man. Oh, my face hurts now. Oh man. Anyway, Wax Heads. It looks okay. It's
I'd
one of those.
completely forgotten the name of the game we were talking about.
Yeah, Wax Heads. It looks like a Flash game. Unfortunately, it's like 2D. It's like you're at the counter, and then you have like 2D like cartoon characters come in and talk to you and say, "Hey, you got, Jack Off by Dick Off." I love that.
That really sounds like a Flash game because that sounds like the kind of shit I would have played on Newgrounds back in the day.
Yeah, I love
Gotta
that
make
record.
that sleeping chick come.
Wow, we just got age gated. Thank you. Jesus, what happened? We're off the rails.
The people who know, they'll know.
They do know.
They do know.
Hi, people.
Hello, other people who are approaching 40.
Oh God.
Hello, people who watched Homestar Runner in high school.
Oh my God. Is that Strong Bad?
Yeah.
I played episode 1 of the Strong Bad game series. Did you ever play that?
Oh yeah, the Strong Bad's cool game for attractive
people. Oh my God. I never played episodes 2, 3, 4, or 5, but I played the first episode and I laughed my ass off.
Yeah.
It was so funny. Oh, okay. Wax Heads. Yeah, it's fine. Whatever. It doesn't come out until summer 2026 though, so
okay.
why you're announcing it in
Gotta
February?
Build that hype now.
Yeah, got to build that hype for Wax Heads. Like this should have been in an ID showcase a year from now.
My
until
multiplayer skateboarder whatever the fuck thing, comes out in 2037.
Literally
Wish
comes
list on
out.
Steam now.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Pre-order for your day one DLC bonus.
Oh my god. the skateboard game might be better than Owl Bastard. Oh man. All right.
Owl Bastard is the lead character of the skateboard game. That's what the narrative is about.
All right.
Yeah, but then it would have to be about him overcoming his racism. His self-loathing racism.
And realizing he's bisexual.
He falls in love with another goblin man and has to realize that he doesn't actually hate other goblins or himself.
Oh man.
People aren't even going to know. We haven't even talked about that part of the rich Owl Bastard lore. People don't even know at all. That episode is still in the archives.
Oh,
that whole
God.
thing. I can't believe we're the only ones who've seen that.
Oh.
It's not good, but that's why it's funny.
I think you just made like the best game of all time. A game about a guy named Owl Bastard who was
We will be
racist
shut down
against
by
his
Warner Brothers games before we ever get it out.
Oh, that's true. That's a true statement. Oh my god. Okay. All right, let's get back on track here. Next game was Rock Beasts. Very similar in tone to Waxheads.
Really? We've got another cozy punk narrative. Don't set me off again. We can't
it's
keep
a game.
doing this.
It's weird, man. So, it. This is the quote. It lets players live out their dream of being a '90s rock band in a world filled with human-like animals.
Okay.
The rock beasts in the game are like humanoid goats.
Okay. I mean, who among us hasn't had that dream?
I feel like I'm having a fever dream right now. Can't believe this is real shit. It has a very similar.
And they say that everything's been done and there are no new ideas.
Well, that's definitely not true. We gotta get goat people.
See,
goat people playing a band.
This is why we can't have fucking AI in game development. AI is never going to come up with new shit like this. It's just going to remix the old stuff. I guarantee nobody's made that game before.
No. Whether or not it will be good remains to be seen. It's supposed to come out this year. It has a very there's an art style to it that I like recognize. It's something from like Adult Swim.
Their games are always weird.
No, I don't know if the game is from Adult Swim, but like the visual style is from like Adult Swim. Like it's got that like adult cartoon vibe, you know. I don't know.
Remember when Adult Swim games released Frog Fractions 2 within another game?
Yeah, it was weird.
That was awesome.
So weird, but so cool.
And it was also like basically a remake of ZZT. Remember that fucking text graphics mode game that Epic Games made?
Yeah.
Before they made millions of dollars on Unreal and Gears of War and fucking Fortnite.
Yeah. Let me tell you.
That should be a thing. Okay, here's my terms, Epic. If you bring the ASCII smiley face that was the player character glyph to Fortnite as a playable character, I will fucking play Fortnite.
Oof. I don't think anything could get me to play Fortnite. Pay me $1 million.
If you introduce ZZT seasonal content into Fortnite, I'll fucking play that game.
Surprised I haven't already. Everything else is in that damn game. It's crazy.
Do it, Tim Sweeney.
Yeah, Sweeney Todd.
Are you saying that Tim Sweeney kills people at a butcher?
He's a vicious barber.
Turns them into meat pies with his
There's a video game for you.
Maybe
Owl Bastard was a vicious barber.
Jesus Christ.
It's going deep down the rabbit hole now. All right, let's move on from Rock Beasts because I don't know what to say about it. The problem with Waxheads and Rock Beasts is that they don't show enough about like what the gameplay is. So I'm like, I don't know if I would like these or not. It's got cool style and vibe, but like, is the game fun? I don't know. All right, the next game is Descenders Next, coming out this April 9th, 2025. It's another game from the Descenders series. They did like Descenders Bikes, and I think they did like a Descenders skiing or snowboarding or something. And now this one is like more of that.
It's like the off-road skateboarding thing.
Yeah, and I don't like these games because these are the games that have like the camera angle that doesn't point you forward.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it shows you on the hill coming down, and I just don't have the reflexes to be like, oh shit, there's like an edge right in front of me. I gotta curve around,
like fucking Ski Free or something.
Yeah, like it just doesn't let you see shit before it gets 2 feet in front of you.
That should fucking the Yeti from Ski Free. Put that in fucking Fortnite. And make sure that it's got like the stick arms and legs as well. That should be what happens to you when you're outside the zone. It's not that your health ticks down. It's that if you're out there for too long, the fucking Ski Free Yeti comes along and eats you.
There's so much they could do with Fortnite. It's crazy.
It's probably why it's so successful. Ski Free Battle Royale. The first downhill Battle Royale. Ski Free 99 on Nintendo Switch.
Do it.
No,
Switch 2.
Again, that is actually a rad idea. They should do that for real.
Down with it.
Why have they done Excite Bike 99? Serious question.
I know. I don't know.
That seems like the really obvious next step.
They've done F-Zero. They've done Tetris. They've done Mario. They've done. I think that's it.
You couldn't do Zelda 99 because that's not really the kind of thing that works for that. No. But Excite
they could do Excite Bike.
Excite Bike feels tailor-made for it. You know what you could probably do is do like Donkey Kong 99 because different people have different strategies for getting up there.
Yeah. I just want Super Mario 35 back.
Yeah, I know, right?
Give me that. I'll be fine if you give me that. Game was great. All right, next game on the list was Tempopo, or Tempopo. Tempopo, I think is how you say it.
Tempopo.
Oh god, it's another game. It's a ripoff.
I mean, it's got tempo right in the name.
Yeah, but it's not. It almost looks like a So it's a music game, but it's also kind of like Lemmings in a way. You have to like lead things through like a 3D platform world. It looks kind of cute, kind of cool. I don't really understand how you do that or the gameplay, but that's what it looks like. It's very colorful. Yeah. Coming out April 17th. They call it a music puzzle game. So that's a little bit more acceptable than cozy punk narrative sim.
I mean, maybe it's the way that the fucking flowers sing or something. Maybe that's how you do it.
Yeah, my understanding when I first looked at it was like each flower is like a different direction or something like that, or like I don't know. It's hard to tell. Yeah. So this is basically Lemmings 3D. Yeah, or what was that game that came out with the people? The Humans. Yeah, no, that's not what it was called.
Are you talking about the side-scrolling one, or
no?
I was thinking of an old game, which is the Humans.
It was from a music developer, like a rhythm game developer.
Fuck. Shit. I know what you're talking about now, but
yeah, but it was 3D and there was blocks and.
Oh shit!
It was so weird.
Yeah. Shit. Fuck. What was that?
Leading people through puzzles.
See, this is what we need AI for is to ask like questions like this instead of just typing.
This game has this, and this. What am I talking about?
Yeah.
I bet you it would if I did that. Like, maybe. I'm thinking of a game that you lead people through. I'm trying to Google it, but I don't know.
Yeah, but like, how do you Google? It's like what's that song that goes da 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 da? But you type it in into Google.
Game where you lead people to the exit. Let's see if that comes up.
Yeah, because the Humans was like on the fucking Amiga.
Yeah, no, this was recent.
Yeah, it was basically like it was like halfway between Lemmings and fucking the Lost Vikings. Not a
This
bad
is going to
game.
drive me nuts if we can't figure out what this game is.
Yeah. What's going to happen is we're going to eventually say fuck it and move on with the show. And
someone's
like
going to remember
30
it.
minutes after the show is done, you're going to text me like, oh, it was called blah, blah, blah. I just remembered.
Still looking for it. I'm not giving up.
The
This
show
is going to
is
drive me
grinding
nuts.
to a halt, folks.
I played it like not that long ago. Trying to remember. Hugh.
This is great. This is great content. People are going to
Trying.
love this.
You guided people to the exit without falling off the edge, basically.
This is worse than when we get stuck on 20 questions because neither of us knows the answer.
Yeah. No. Shit. No, human fall flat. No.
I could hear people stopping.
They're all screaming the name of the game right now. That's what they're doing. No, it was for PS4.
Folks, if you're watching this on YouTube, you could just hit the right arrow key on your keyboard, and that'll jump ahead 5 seconds. Just keep doing that until it looks like Trevor is no longer searching for something. You'll get to the part of the show where we start talking about shit again.
You played like a dog creature.
You'd have to put chapters in this video, and it's Trevor
Oh
searching
my
for
God.
this fucking game.
Humanity. Jesus Christ.
Really? It was Humanity?
Yeah.
That's so
Fuck.
close to the Humans, and you couldn't remember
I know.
it?
That's why I thought it was the Humans. I was like, I know what game you're talking about, and then you were like, it was from Amiga, and I'm like, no, it must be called something different then. Yeah, Humanity. Yeah, you played as a Shiba Inu dog, guiding people through levels and shit. Okay. Well, I feel better. I hope you do too.
We were getting so bad that I started playing with shit on my desk. You can hear me tossing. You can hear me tossing something back and forth between my hands. Listen.
All right. Let's move on. The next game was Woodo. We've seen this game before. It looks boring as shit. You're
Great.
basically
Awesome.
very
excited.
The visual style looks very cute. It's got like a diorama style art style, but that's literally all you're doing is like solving these like diorama style puzzles. But literally at least in the trailer, all it is basically it shows you like the shapes of a bunch of
Let me ask you a question
items.
here. Are you looking at an IGN article that lists all of
Yes.
this? Can you put that in the chat so I can follow along instead of having to fucking...
I sent it to you in the text message. You must have missed it.
Oh, okay.
Like a while ago.
Oh, then yeah. Well, I'm not going to be able to copy and paste it from my phone into my browser.
Well, that's true. That's true. But yeah, this game looks like boring. Like like it looks like a Flash game where you're just like, oh, that shape equals this little stool. So you click and drag the stool over to the blank shape, and you're like, oh, look, it's a stool. It's like, yeah, thanks. Like it just doesn't look entertaining to me. I don't know. Cute art style though. So if you're interested in Widow, I don't know what the release date is, unfortunately.
Oh yeah. I see.
Yeah, cute art style. It's just I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's definitely not for me. I don't know who it's for. It's like,
well, not us, I guess.
No. The next game was one of my top 3. Just like Jump Ship was in my top 3. The Lonesome Guild. This looks really cool. So it says it's an upcoming game from Don't Nod,
Mhm.
who is the Life is Strange guys, and Tiny
Yeah.
Bull Studios. I don't know who they are.
I've heard of them before. I'm trying to remember what they made.
Well, you look it up. Look it up while I continue
Yeah.
the description here. It says it stars Ghost and some very cute animal friends that are setting off on a grand and dangerous adventure. It says being a good friend is a big part of the game, and players will be able to see why when the Lonesome Guild is released in fall 2025.
They made No Time to Explain.
Oh, is that the game where you're like trying to defuse the bomb?
No. That's Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes.
All right. What is No Time to Explain?
No Time to Explain is a game where you're just hanging out at home, and then either your wall explodes and a character says, "I'm you from the future. Follow me. No time to explain." And then it just goes off into this crazy platforming game.
Oh, okay. First person or third person?
No, side scroller.
Side scroller. Okay, interesting. Yeah, I don't remember that one.
I think it was even multiplayer as well. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, it's like a platformer with like free aiming.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I got you. Yeah. Yeah, so Lonesome Guild, you play as a ghost that but you sort of befriend these three animals, and you can take control. You can like possess each one of them and take control of them, and they all have like different abilities and different strengths and weaknesses.
Mm-hmm.
And so like there's like one who has like a sword and shield. There's one who has like looks like maybe like a wrench. And there's combat in it. There's puzzle solving. Like it looks really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I like the art style. Like everything about it looks really good.
Yeah.
Comes out this fall.
It looks kind of like fucking what was the game that you recommended and I didn't like? The Fox one.
Oh, Tunic.
Tunic, yeah.
Yeah, this one's definitely more like. Yeah, I guess you can get Tunic vibes, but it's definitely more narrative for sure.
Mm-hmm.
There's like a companion system where like the better you get to know those creatures that you can possess, which is funny. I don't know, you like unlock stuff, so looks cool. And finally, the last game on the list is Buckshot Roulette, coming to Xbox Game Pass and PC. It's like a 4-player. I mean, it's Russian roulette. Like it's like it almost when the trailer started, I kind of got Inception vibes from it. Have you played that yet?
Hold on a second. No.
No, you should play that. But I don't think that's what it is. I think it's more of just like a funny little game. I don't really know what the how deep it is or anything like that. It's just like 4 people around a table and you're playing Russian roulette. Mm-hmm. So I don't really understand like what the
with a shotgun, not
yeah,
which is a little bit different from how Russian roulette works. But it's like they're spinning it on the table, and I feel like that's kind of unnecessary because at that range, like you don't need a shotgun.
No, but I mean, it looks creepy.
Yeah.
I think it's out on PC already, if I'm not mistaken. So.
It says coming soon to PC.
Oh, okay.
So,
well, that is it, my friend. That was the ID at Xbox. So a lot of interesting things. More stuff that's just we need to know more of in order to get something out of. But like a bunch of stuff in there for me though. Like I really want to play Blueprints and Jump Ship. Echo Weaver looks kind of cool. I might have checked that one out. Moonlighter 2. I might check out Outbound. I just need to know more about it.
Yeah.
And then Lonesome Guild looks good as well. So, yeah, some decent stuff in there.
Yep.
So we will see how all that turns out. Whew, that was a lot of news. Which means it's time for Video Games 20 Questions. Last week we said that we were going to go back to our original format, but I think I figured out why we were having glitches with the questions. So we're going to try one final time to play co-op 20 questions and see if we can get... see if I'm correct.
Yeah.
Put it that way. And we'll go from there. So, let the questioning begin. We'll start off with what we always start off with.
Mm-hmm.
Did this game originally release on or after January 1st? January 1st, 2000. And I'm going to type all of these, not copy and paste.
Yeah, because we think that might be what the problem was.
Seems to be the reason. It did release on or after January 1st, 2000. So I'm going to type in again. Did this game originally release on or after January 1st, 2010? It said no.
Okay.
So it could be doing the lying thing again.
It could be lying to us, but let's...
Here we go. Here's a question. Why don't we take the hint right now for the release year?
Sure. Well, then we'll know right away.
Confirm. Then we'll know right away. And if it gives us bullshit, we'll just move on, and I'll give you a game to guess.
Oh, do you have a game in mind?
Yes, I already have a game in mind.
Oh, okay.
So we could do that.
You
Up
are
to you.
Well prepared.
Yes. I had a backup, just in case. All right, let's do it. Release year. Nope, it did not lie. 2004.
Okay.
So far, so good.
That's going to make things really easy, but I feel like we deserve it after all that we've fucking put up with from this thing.
I don't know if it's that easy, though. 2004. That was a big year.
Was a big year.
Yeah. Wasn't that like RE4 and some other stuff?
I think that was 2005, but Halo 4 came out in 2004, or Halo 4, Halo 2.
Okay, I was going to say Halo 4, and I don't think so.
I think Metroid Prime.
Metroid Prime.
2. Did Metroid Prime 2 come out in 2004?
That seems too early for 2.
Yeah, it does
might be 1.
No, 1 was 2002.
Oh, wow, that early, eh? Holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, let's say, was this game originally exclusive to one platform? No. We have another third-party game. Okay. You know what we could do to make sure we don't get screwed on a question is we could ask, was this game published by Nintendo, Sony, or Microsoft? Could do that.
Yeah, we could do that.
It's kind of a cheat, almost.
I mean, it's not a cheat, it's a question. It's a perfectly legitimate question.
Yeah. Or do you want to start off with the classic, was this developed in Japan?
Yeah, let's ask if it was developed in Japan.
No.
Okay.
So highly unlikely that it would be published by Sony or Nintendo, I would say. Well, not Sony, but Nintendo definitely.
Yeah. What year did Eternal Darkness come out? That was pretty early for the GameCube as well, wasn't it?
Yeah. Do you want to just ask if it came out on the GameCube? Because that would, like, if we get a no, there's a lot of stuff that it gets rid of. But if it says yes, that's a lot of stuff that it includes.
Yeah, sure. Let's ask if it came out on the GameCube.
Yes. Ooh.
Okay.
A GameCube third-party game. It could be. No, it can't be. It can't be Eternal Darkness because that was exclusive.
Yep.
So
but
a third-party
it
game
actually cuts down a lot because there were a lot of third-party games that came out on Xbox and PS2, but not on the GameCube.
But not GameCube. Yes. Yeah. Should we ask if it was also on PS2?
I mean, I think it's probably a given at this point, but sure.
Yeah. No, you're probably right. Yeah. So oh man, there's so many games that it could be though. Should we ask if it's licensed?
Yes,
based on a license.
We should, because there were a bunch of those.
Is this game based on an existing license? Yes. Ho ho ho.
Ooh. Ask if it's published by Electronic Arts. I have a theory.
Thinking Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, I'm thinking Lord of the Rings. Those games were great.
It was published by Electronic Arts.
Ooh, ask if it's based on a movie.
No. Damn. Okay. But it is licensed.
And it's
by EA.
EA, so...
Oh, shit. That could mean it's a sports game.
Oh, it could mean it's... Well, ask if it's a sports game.
No.
Okay, then we're not fucked.
Yeah, we'd be fucked if it was a sports game.
But EA did do... But it's not a movie licensed game. So
yeah, that's tricky. So it's got to be either a TV show or...
Unless it considers Lord of the Rings to be based on a book, because it's a book originally.
It could be...
Because that would also... If it is considering that there was a Lord of the Rings movie, it would also rule out Harry Potter.
Could be Marvel.
It could be.
Like X-Men Legends and like...
Or Ultimate Alliance or something.
Yeah, Hulk Ultimate Destruction.
Yeah. Ask if it is based on Marvel Comics property.
No. Shit.
Okay. That rules out a lot.
Yeah. Did DC have any games back then?
Not a lot of good ones, but they
Yeah.
did exist. Like there was that fucking Catwoman game.
Oh yeah, God, that was awful. That was based on a movie though.
Yeah, and also an awful movie.
Yeah.
In a fair world, the game would at least be okay.
We're on question 11. Should we use a developer hint? So you know it's by EA, but a developer might narrow it down significantly.
Yeah. Sure, why not?
Oh,
Uh-oh.
EA Canada.
Oh, God.
That does narrow it down, though.
It does, but...
Because EA Canada didn't make a whole lot of stuff. They made, like, Sledstorm for PlayStation. They made... Yeah, they didn't make a lot of stuff.
So they made something licensed in 2004 that was multi-platform and was on the GameCube. That's enough for us to work on. That's more than enough for us to work on.
Yeah, I feel like we can get this.
Problem is that EA has so much licensed stuff that it's hard to narrow down. Man, I really thought we had it with Lord of the Rings there. Let's try and figure out what kind of license it is.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest issue.
We already know that it's not based on a movie.
Or sport.
Or sport. TV series would be the next thing I'd go to.
No.
Not based on a TV series.
Unless the license is like...
A person?
Well, I'm thinking like what does it consider a sport? Because like maybe it considers it like maybe it's a racing game.
Yeah, and I wouldn't consider racing to be a sport. So, ask if it's a racing game.
Yes. Ooh, yeah. Okay.
Okay.
But that's not good though, because that could mean it's like NASCAR or some shit.
Yeah. Oh no. And EA's got a lot of racing games. But we only
wait.
we already
hold
know
on.
the year, so we only need to figure out what was
EA Canada made SSX, but I don't know if I would consider that a racing game.
I mean,
Though.
it is a racing game, but it is also a sport.
I'm pretty sure they made SSX.
Uh,
I know they didn't. I know they didn't make Tricky.
Question 12 or 13?
The next one the next one I can't speak. The next one we ask is 15.
Oh, okay. Um,
I mean, do you drive a car in this game?
yeah,
That'll narrow it down if it's a no.
yeah.
It won't narrow it down if it's a yes, though.
Well, it might.
All right, let's try. Do you drive a car? Yes. Fuck.
Was there a Need for Speed game that year?
Oh, God. From EA Canada? I don't think so.
Now, you might be wondering, dear audience, why I would suggest Need for Speed when we know that it's a licensed game. Well, the magazine Road and Track partnered with EA for the first Need for Speed game. It was billed as Road and Track Presents the Need for Speed, so it might consider that a license because it used the branding from a magazine. That's just my theory. Thing is, I don't know who works on the Need for Speed games because I don't really play.
Well, it's
those
Criterion
games.
Now, but I don't know who made those games before.
Yeah, back then they were busy on Burnout.
I mean, back then, Need for Speed was I think Underground.
Was Underground that early?
I mean, it was in that era. I know it was PS2 era. I don't know if it ever came to.
If it ever came to GameCube?
Yeah, that's my issue with that. I mean, we could ask if. Well, I mean, let's think of what other EA car games there was. Was there even any other car games? I don't even know.
Other than Burnout? Car racing games from EA. Did they have the NASCAR license?
EA Canada? I don't think so.
Well, did EA have the NASCAR?
EA may have at the time, or F1.
That's right, F1. That's another.
I feel like we might be screwed here if it's like an official. Well, if it's a licensed game, it can't be Need for Speed.
Well, like I said, if they consider the endorsement from Road and Track to be a licensing thing.
Oh, or if they had real cars.
Oh, that's another thing that might.
Yeah, they might consider it a licensed game if there's actual real cars in the game.
Oh,
I don't.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Okay, so why don't we ask?
Well, then we know it can't be Burnout because they don't have real cars in that.
No, they're fake ones for sure.
Yeah, nobody's going to want to have their real cars being destroyed on screen.
Why don't we ask if this game is from the Need for Speed series?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't even know if it'll consider that cheating or not, or if it'll just tell us you can't guess again. Okay. Let's. How can I write this?
We've asked before if it belongs to a franchise, and it's given us answers. As long as we don't name a specific game.
Is this game from the Need for Speed series? Yes. Okay. Your guess is as fucking good as mine.
Okay.
Is which one they're talking about, though.
Well, it was the one that came out in 2004. I don't know the Need for Speed game super well because I'm not a racing game guy.
No.
So...
There was Hot Pursuit.
Mm-hmm.
There was High Stakes. There was Underground. There was from that era. I don't. Those are the only three that I know from that era, but I don't know if EA Canada made which one. So we might just have to take a guess.
I mean, the fact is we've gotten it to say that a developer worked on a game when it wasn't the primary developer. Maybe they were support on it.
Oh, that's no, because we got the hint, so it was only EA Canada.
I don't know.
Because it normally lists all the other developers.
Oh, that is true.
So it only listed EA Canada.
Tricky. Shit. Yeah.
Yeah, like my only guesses are Underground, Hot Pursuit. Hot Pursuit was probably too early, I think.
Yeah, I think
they did make Hot Pursuit 2. Yeah, I feel like Hot Pursuit and Hot Pursuit 2 were PS1. I could be wrong though.
No, I think didn't those games come later? Wasn't Hot Pursuit like a PS3 game or a cross-gen game or something?
I don't know. Couldn't tell you. This was not a series that I really cared about at that time.
Yeah, my knowledge of racing games is not super robust because I spent all my time there playing Burnout. That's my racing game, as was the case for you as well.
We could ask if there was police chases in this game.
There you go. That'll tell us if it's Hot Pursuit or not.
Were there police chases in this game? No. Okay.
It's probably Underground then.
It's either Underground or High Stakes. I don't know if High Stakes had the cop shit in it or not.
I'm thinking Underground.
Yeah. Because I think Underground was strictly a racing game and like fine-tuning your car game.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I don't think we're going to get any closer than this because I don't know how... Oh, well, can you... We could ask that. Can you I don't know how you ask that. Can you configure your car? Can't you
do that in all the Need for Speed games though?
Not Pursuit. I know that. You pick a car and you go. But high stakes I have no idea. But Underground was like that was the whole focus of Underground was like tuning your car.
Yeah.
Could you customize your vehicle?
Yeah, there you go.
Can you customize your car in this game? You can. Okay. All right. Now there was 2 Underground games, so it's a toss-up. Oh wait, should we ask it? Was this a sequel? Will it know?
It'll probably consider them all a sequel because they're all sequels to the original game.
Yeah, that's true.
There's no way it's Underground 2. That would have come out.
I mean, they came out a year apart from each other, so.
Oh shit.
So it is definitely possible.
I'm pretty sure it's got to be Underground 1. How about
we have one question left. So
does this game have a number in the title? There you go.
I don't know if that'll be cheating. We'll see in the title.
No.
It does.
Then it'll be 2?
Yeah, because I don't think there was any other direct sequels. There's Hot Pursuit 2. There's Underground 2. Gotta be Underground. Let's just go for it. Was this game, or is this game?
Underground 2.
Need for Speed Underground 2? Yeah!
Success! All right.
Nice.
We killed that.
And it didn't lie.
So, it seems like for now...
My theory seems to be solid.
Yeah. Because you told me that you tested that a
twice.
few days like off the show, so... the theory seems to be holding. I have no idea why copy and pasting would cause issues. But
maybe it's a browser issue. I don't know.
But you did have the suggestion that maybe it analyzes as you type or something.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. But
we got it.
We chalk up a win for the press pause boys.
Yeah.
Sweet. All right. Well, I never played Need for Speed Underground 1 or 2, but I was told that they were absolutely awesome. It looks like IGN gave it an 8.3 back when they gave the stupid point scale stuff.
Do they not do that anymore?
No, they use our scale that we use, which is just 1 through 10.
Oh, they got sick of being lambasted for fucking.
Why is this
God
point
Hand of
2
Three?
better than this game?
Yeah.
I like the 1 to 10 scale personally because it's like I said, I associate each number with a word.
Yeah.
That's how I think about a game. I'm like, was this game a masterpiece? No. Was this game amazing? Was this game great? Yeah, I'd say it was great. Yeah. Was this game good? I think it was better than good. So there you go. It's an 8. That's kind of how I look at it. All right. Well, congrats to us. That brings our total score, I think, to 5-1, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. You're the one who's got it written down.
Yeah. The problem is I have everything written down on Discord, and my computer is running slow as molasses. There we go.
Why didn't you have it in a local text file?
I'm on Discord all the freaking time, and I chat with Cull from Wrestling Renaissance in that channel, so I just keep everything in there for communication purposes with him. So I was like, well, I'll just put press pause shit in here. And originally I had it all in there because you weren't the original co-host. Yeah. That's how I communicated with the original co-host. So, yeah. So, well, congrats to us. We have a bonus game here real quick. It won't take us more than like a minute or two. I'm going to have to do a quick screen share to do this, though.
Okay.
So I'm going to do this here. So, should be able to see it.
Yep.
So we have to guess the game based on the screenshot, and we have 6 guesses.
Is this a complete screenshot, or is this just a section of a screenshot?
I think it's a section. I think it's a zoomed-in section on this particular screenshot. However, each time we have a guess that's wrong, it will give us another screenshot from the game.
Okay.
To give us more of a clue.
I mean, I'm looking at this, and I'm thinking that art style, it's not the highest quality screenshot, but that's probably because it's like a zoomed-in portion of one. I'm looking
it
at
looks
this,
like N64 or GameCube style visuals.
It looks to me like the background from like a new Super Mario's Brother game, or
like
maybe
it could be.
Donkey Kong Country.
Donkey Kong Country. Yeah.
But it looks specifically like Donkey Kong Country Returns because it's got way too many colors to be a Super Nintendo game.
It could be the vibe that I got when I first looked at this was Yoshi's Story.
Yeah, Yoshi's Story is another one, but I think
what are those red things?
Here's the thing. I don't think it's colorful enough to be Yoshi's Story.
No?
I don't. Don't all the Yoshi Story levels take place in the middle of the day? This looks like it's taking place in the evening.
All right, so let's guess Donkey Kong Country Returns?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, the fucking Zelda on the 3DS. Link Between Worlds.
Link Between Worlds, yeah. We saw it as soon as at the same time.
Yeah,
it's gotta be. Yeah. Look at that 2-pointer.
We recognize those from right next to the Eastern Palace.
Yep.
There's a whole bunch
of those. That's where all those spitter guys are.
Yep.
Whatever you call those little octo things. Cool. Do we do another one?
Or do we end sure. Let's do another one.
I think we can do another one. Let's see.
Play previous days.
Yeah. So that was the one I tested, so I'll skip that one. Oof.
Ooh. Okay.
Pentiment, maybe?
Sorry, what was it?
Pentiment, maybe?
Maybe.
It's the Obsidian game.
This looks like the background from like a dialogue scene where 2 characters are talking to each other.
Oh, you know what it could be is a Professor Layton game.
I was going to say it could be like a Professor Layton type game.
I don't know which one though. We could just guess one. Let's see. Yeah. Professor Layton.
Well, let's see what the suggestions come up and see. Like,
there's a lot.
There's a lot. Well, this looks like some kind of European setting. Here's the thing: I never played any.
It could be the first one. The first one was Curious Village. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but this doesn't. This looks like it's bigger than a village. You know?
Yeah. Well, it doesn't look like an Azran Legacy, Diabolical Box. I mean, it could be any of these.
Let's...
Unwound Future?
Let's
just clocks?
Start with the first one.
Let's do that.
Unwound Future.
Oh, we got it!
Oh, okay.
Holy shit!
That was a lucky guess.
Holy crap.
What's this guess the cover thing?
I don't
Guessing
know.
like the box art for a game.
Oh, it's for premium members
Oh,
only.
okay.
Okay, let's go back here.
You
Yeah,
know,
I found this.
if these are every day, we should try to play like the last 7 days since we record once a week.
Sure. Yeah, I think it's one every day. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that looks like a helicopter in the jungle. Could be
Just Cause,
could be Just Cause, could be Crisis.
Mercenaries.
Mercenaries 2. What is that? World in Flames? That was the one where they
Yeah.
had that song. Oh no,
Yeah.
oh no,
Oh,
oh
now I'm gonna have to
no.
download that game, or
Oh
download
no,
that
you
movie, or
didn't.
download that song. Fuck, I can't even talk.
Sucker tried to play me, but you never paid me, never.
It's a good song.
Yeah.
Let's try that as a
Yeah,
guess.
Mercenaries 2, World in Flames.
Nope.
Ah,
Ooh.
that kind of looks like an Metacritic score 76%.
Hmm.
I don't think it'd be Crisis then. Pretty sure that game would have gotten a higher score. That game was getting like 80s and 90s when it came out.
You know what's weird about this screenshot is
Also,
it looks graphically more impressive than the first screenshot.
It does. Those are not tropical trees, though, so it can't be Crisis.
Yeah, and the first screenshot had tropical trees, so maybe this is a game where you're like
Going to different parts of the world? Oh, cool. We can go back to... Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, you can look.
It might be Just Cause.
I don't know which one, though.
Than the original, though. Because it looks a little bit better than like a PS2 or PS3
It won't be
game.
3. Or it won't be 4, so I'll say 3.
It doesn't look colorful enough to be 3, but sure, let's say 3.
I don't remember 3, so maybe it's not 3. Maybe it's 2 then. 2 would be... I feel like 2 would be too old for this, though, but maybe.
Maybe. It doesn't look... I played a lot of Just Cause 2. Let's try Just Cause 2.
2?
Yeah.
No. Ooh, what?
Yeah. Okay.
What
Original.
the hell?
Okay, so this is way more recent.
What the hell? Oh, wait, it's first person. Look.
Yeah.
There's a gun right there.
Yeah.
Far Cry 6? Maybe?
Maybe. What was the...
Far Cry 6 was in Mexico. But yeah.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
I don't remember. I mean, I played a little bit of that game. I don't remember like an arcade or like this kind of like foresty area, but maybe. Yeah, there's a dude. Oh, wait, there's a dude right there. I bet you this is Call of Duty.
Oh,
Black Ops 6. That's just Black Ops 6 because I haven't played Black Ops 6 yet.
Do you get any? No, there's no UI. There's no UI for us to pick up on. Yeah, because that'd be so easy.
Because this guy looks like a Call of Duty motherfucker.
Okay, let's
straight up.
Yeah, sure. Let's go with Call of Duty.
And it's got to be a recent one, so it's got to be Black Ops 6 or World War II, which is not.
Yeah, it can't be World War II.
So it's got to be Black Ops 6.
Yeah, you're not gonna have fucking Frogger during World War II.
No. Oh, Black Ops 6 isn't even in here. Huh.
I don't know then.
It could be Cold War, I guess. That was Black Ops 5.
I mean, yeah, the Cold War went for a while. Cold War ended in our lifetimes.
Let's try.
I fucking remember when the Berlin Wall went down.
Yeah, that was it.
There you go.
Wow. All right.
We're killing it.
What are we at now? That was 4. So it's 5. Oh shit.
No.
Oh, that's Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Gotta be. What?
Oh, you're in the right franchise, it looks like.
Oh, I'm in the right franchise? This is Odyssey. It's totally Odyssey. Look at that ship. Oh, it's Origins. Yeah.
Because that looks like Egyptian.
Look at that.
There you go.
Look at that. All right. I almost had it on the first try.
That was lightning fast. You fucking spent a lot of time playing that game. Clearly.
Man, love Assassin's Creed Origins and Odyssey. Love them. Oof. Oh.
Wonder if it's a Wolfenstein game, because those kind of look like Nazi banners hanging down. Those red banners.
It says Royal something factory.
Oh god, that's a
Royal.
really good screenshot to pick because it gives us a hint, but it covers. Ah,
Yeah. I for some reason I'm getting
well, go back over the letters in the middle word. So we've got.
it looks like SONSED.
Or an R maybe. So we know it's ONS, and then E. It has to be an E.
Has to be an E. Yeah.
ONSE. ONSE.
Could just be a name. Like a last name.
Yeah, like a person's name.
Yeah.
But like the implication of like royal something, like that would be like Royal Navy or whatever, right?
Yeah. I had something in my mind when I first saw this, and I don't have it anymore.
Zoom in, put the magnifying glass over one of those banners. Does that look like anything to you that you recognize?
No.
It looks like some kind of cross symbol, like a cross with a circle where they meet. I feel like I've seen this iconography before. I
Yeah,
feel like
no, it looks familiar. I agree with that. Something came to my mind. I can't. Let me block it out.
Yeah.
No. Oh, Dishonored 2, I think.
Okay. Try it.
That's what came to my mind. It was Dishonored.
So it's Dishonored 1.
What?
What?
There wasn't. Oh, Dishonored. Death of the Outsider.
Oh, I never even heard
The
of
one
that.
I never played.
Oh, okay.
It was like a standalone spin-off of the first game.
Oh, okay.
Man,
We're good at this.
yeah. How many did we got? We had 6. So this is the last one. Here we go. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, great.
Name any game with grass.
Fucking great. Jesus, there's nothing to work with here. There's absolutely
The only thing that came to mind was Metal Gear Solid 5. That's the only thing that comes to my mind.
no.
Yeah, just like out in the jungle area, like out in the grass.
The stonework on that looks too cartoony to be Metal Gear.
Could be Breath of the Wild.
It doesn't look cartoony enough to be Breath of the Wild.
No?
It's like that Warcraft style of cartoony with exaggerated proportions, but sort of realistic detail. Maybe it's World of Warcraft expansion.
No, they don't have that much foliage.
No? Okay.
Could be Final Fantasy 14.
Could be.
The
Could
online
be.
one. Yeah, I think we need a better screenshot. Let's just go with FF14.
That could be literally anything.
Yeah.
Sure, let's just say Final
Sure.
Fantasy 14. Yeah, okay, no. This is more to work with. This is considerably more to work with. That is a specific...
This looks very familiar.
Yeah, there's a specific style.
Oh, wait. It's not yet rated.
Then that means it's brand new. We can see a little bit of UI, it looks like. Like, it looks like there's a use prompt.
Yeah.
So we know that it's a game that has a prompt like that. Not yet rated. That's interesting. Because if it is something that has just come out, then it should be fresh on our minds. But it couldn't possibly be something that hasn't come out yet, right? Because like there'd be limited screenshots available for that. Do they do things that haven't come out yet? Do you know?
I don't know. I've only played the one game. And then what I've played with you. I'm not sure. It looks familiar, but I don't know.
Yeah. I have no idea. It's not something I've played because if it was, I'd recognize the UI.
Monster Hunter Wilds, maybe.
Maybe.
It's my only guess.
Sure. I mean,
Let's
it
try
kind of
it
looks
out.
like it might be in that art style.
Wilds isn't in the list yet, so it's not that.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, it could be. I mean, it can't be World.
No, can't be World. That would have a Metacritic score of like 10 million.
I don't know what to guess here. Oh, no, it's the wrong art style. I was gonna say Night Rain, Elden Ring, Night Rain, but it's not the right art style.
Maybe it's Avowed. We know that has a Metacritic score, but it's recent and it kind of looks like
maybe
this.
not on that date though, because this was was on the 22nd.
Right. If that, hold
Let's
on.
try
it. Put your cursor over the Metacritic score thing.
Oh,
it's a live element. It's not.
Yeah,
it's not part of the picture.
Interesting, but that is part of the picture.
That is part of the UI. Yeah.
Interesting. That's definitely not Avowed then.
Okay.
I think we need another image though.
Okay.
Because just guess Avowed just to have a guess. I guess. Sure. I don't know what else to put at this point.
Oh, that's a big hint. That's a lot of UI, and it's on the PC, so it looks like a crafting game of some kind. Oh shit!
Yeah.
Oh no. So what are the resources there? Stone, metal scraps,
charcoal, and wood logs. It could be Sons of the Forest. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. It's got that art style. Yeah. I don't remember there's Castle in Sons of the Forest though. But I mean, I haven't played it, so I think it's worth it. I think it's a good guess.
Sure.
If it's in the list. It is.
It is.
No. Oh my god.
Adventure RPG survival. Could it be Ark 2?
No, there hasn't been any gameplay about it yet. Oh, I see a foot.
Oh, that'll help us.
And what is that? It's a thing there.
I can't tell. Looks kind of like stone.
It could be. There's Enshrouded and Nightingale. It could be one of those. I don't think it's Nightingale. I think it could be Enshrouded.
Well, let's ask if it's Enshrouded.
I don't know the AI enough to know. Yeah.
Hey! Dude,
awesome.
Good call.
Yeah. I want to do another one.
Fuck it, let's do another one. Who's going to stop us?
Bonus round.
We'll go until we hit the 3-hour mark.
Sounds good. I like that. Ooh. That looks like a Demon Souls type game.
Yeah.
That's the vibe I get.
Mm-hmm. But the thing is if it was one of those games, I'd recognize it immediately. And I don't recognize it.
I mean, it could be the Demon Souls remake, though, because it's got great visuals. That looks gorgeous.
Yeah, but I would recognize the area.
Also, I don't remember ladders in Demon Souls that you can actually climb.
They're there.
Are
but they don't look like that.
Okay. No.
They're always like straight up or down. They're never like on an angle.
Well, this looks super new.
It does look very recent. So
I don't know that we'll get it from this particular screenshot.
I mean, maybe.
Oh shit! What is it called?
Maybe it's one of the recent Souls-likes.
No, it's something Requiem. Innocence. Path of Innocence.
Well, start typing in the name and see if it's a suggestion that comes up.
What is it fucking called? A Plague Tale Requiem. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because of the torch.
Nope. No. Shit.
96? Wow.
Ooh. What the hell is this game?
So it's something that people really like. That's a skeleton. That is... It looks like a mushroom, like a giant mushroom cap with a person under it.
What in the name? And this looks like stonework.
Yeah, and then a treasure chest or some kind of box?
Yeah, with rope. Oh, no.
Maybe
I was going to say Sea of Thieves, but...
Maybe this is fun. No, it's not cartoony enough to be Sea of Thieves.
No.
I have literally seen Sea of Thieves gameplay today. It's not cartoony.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. Enough. Yeah, no.
Oh, yeah, it's a beautiful looking game.
What? A game that got a 96?
I have to say, Sea of Thieves, I like what they did with the water, where they make it more diffused than real water is, because
it's gorgeous.
It makes it look more colorful.
Oh, it's
instead
beautiful.
of it turning into this like blackish blue void, it's got like this bright blue color to it. It looks amazing.
I wish I could play that game with somebody, but that's a game where I wish they would add AI to, because I would love to play that game.
Well, that game's cross-platform, right? How much does it cost right now?
No idea. I do have
that.
it on Game Pass, but I don't know.
I mean, there's so much content in it now that it's the kind, like, because the reason I didn't get it back in the day is because there wasn't a lot to do in it at first.
Yeah.
But now that they've added so much, like, I might consider it if the price is right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just funny. I just happened to see some Sea of Thieves footage today. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it looks cool. It's very cool.
It looks like an underground area.
Yeah, I have no idea what this is. The 96 is throwing me.
Yeah.
Nothing gets that high.
What the fuck has gotten a 96?
Elden Ring?
I would recognize it.
This doesn't. Yeah, this doesn't look like Elden Ring to me.
Yeah. That looks like a person hunched over to me.
It does.
But that's the thing, is like that's where a player would be hunched over trying to sneak up on the skeleton. Yet, like, that's clearly that would be a very weird place for the camera to be if that was the player.
This is gonna drive me nuts. This one. I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know what to guess.
I mean, maybe this is Final Fantasy 14 because people love that fucking game. It looks about as good.
All right, let's try it, because I don't have anything else.
Yeah.
No, that is not helpful. Oh, it says PC.
PC. Oh.
And there's a little bit of text down here.
Oh, yes, there is. Good eye.
Just
original platform PC.
This doesn't give me anything. This looks gorgeous, though. This looks new. Like, look at the lighting, like the reflections.
I like
looks
that.
ray traced to me.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of reflections and glossy floors. I know it sounds like I'm saying that sarcastically, but I'm not.
No, I agree with you. It looks gorgeous.
I think like a nicely varnished wood floor that actually reflects like that dull, just sort of blob of light. I think that looks really, really good.
Yeah.
It's also very easy to do because you can fake it really well. You can fake that with like cube map reflections instead of having to do, like an accurate sort of mirror level of detail. So you see it in a lot of games. And it's always nice to see.
I might not get. This might be the first one we don't get, because I don't have any idea what this could be.
Yeah.
PC exclusive. A
PC exclusive that has a 96 on Metacritic?
And a recent one, too, because this is gorgeous. Like, what the hell could it possibly be?
What is it? What is exclusive to PC anymore?
That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, I can't even think of anything other than MMOs.
Yeah.
But it doesn't look like an MMO to me. Unless an older game got updated.
Yeah.
Like, maybe this is like Elder Scrolls Online, and someone's just got like these screenshots are just like maxed out PC settings.
That's true. Does Elder Scrolls Online have that high of a rating though? Because if it does, I might have to play it.
I have no idea. Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah, ask if it's Elder Scrolls Online. Because if we're wrong, we'll get another screenshot. Oh, here we go. Look at that UI.
Oh.
Is it going to be fucking Baldur's Gate 3?
Baldur's Gate 3. Yeah, it's got to be. That looks nothing like Baldur's Gate 3, though. Oh, wait. No. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Why did we not... Well,
I haven't played it, so...
Yeah.
We're not at 3 hours yet. We still got time for one more.
We got time for one more. Let's do it.
Interesting. Well, the fidelity wise, it kind of makes me think of Katamari Damacy, but stylistically, it's not. Absolutely not.
It almost looks like a 3DS game because it's very like the visual, like it's not.
It kind of makes me think of like the bedroom from Smash Brothers. You know, the intro with the hand putting the toys on the.
Maybe it is. Maybe that's what the screenshot is from.
It didn't look that good in the original Smash Brothers. Maybe
No?
maybe it's the room with the figurines in Melee though.
Okay, I'm down with that because I have no clue otherwise. No. What the fuck is that?
That's cheerful little dude of some sort.
What is this in the side? It looks like Snoopy.
It does look like Snoopy.
The shit is a Metacritic 82, so it's highly rated.
Okay.
Um,
This doesn't look recent though.
no, this looks like a.
It looks
Like
like
I
a
said,
game.
it looks like a 3DS game to
It
me.
looks like a 3DS or maybe a GameCube game.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I need more info.
Yeah.
Like this guy doesn't look familiar at all to me,
No.
and he looks like he's high as fuck.
So he looks like some kind of frog critter.
Yeah. I really wish I knew what the Snoopy is. It's not Snoopy,
Mm-hmm.
but like, what is it?
Tricky.
I
It couldn't possibly be a Kirby game. It's not colorful enough.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe like Donkey Kong 64.
Well,
I don't know where this
was there ever
screenshot
a
would come
desk?
from. Yeah,
Like that.
I don't know.
That also kind of looks like maybe like a desk from Toy Commander, but the next thing doesn't look like anything from Toy Commander. So
Yeah, this doesn't look familiar at all. Like,
yeah, like what are these two games where you have like a fairly normal modern looking desk, and
then
then
you're in a swamp with a frog creature and Snoopy,
yeah, this frog,
and it's an 82.
that's baked out of his mind and has a rating of 82. Yeah.
I don't know. Fuck. It definitely looks old though.
Yeah. Could be a PSP game.
Yeah. It gives me N64 3DS vibes though, for sure.
It looks way better than an N64 game.
Do you have any guesses?
No, I got nothing.
I'll just put Donkey Kong 64.
Sure, why the fuck not?
What the?
Oh, what is
PS2? A PS2 game.
Okay. Could this be like a Jack and Daxter kind of thing?
What are these guys? What are these guys doing? Oh. No, the text is weird. The text is like it's not anything. It says something amazing right here. Something amazing and Ben something.
Maybe Monster Amazing.
Yeah. Is it like Destroy All Monsters Melee?
It looks too cartoony for that. And I don't see like those both look like robots. It doesn't look like one of them is like a Godzilla
No, I
monster.
agree. Yeah.
But there were other games like that.
PS2 exclusive.
Yeah.
I have no idea. This might be
Yeah.
something we don't know.
Yeah.
Or I don't know, at least.
And I didn't get my PS2 until after its prime, so I just played the hits. If this is something that was like middle of the road, I need to invest more time in the PS2 library that I missed, but there's so much other stuff.
Yeah, I don't. I'm just gonna put Destroy All Monsters Melee.
Sure.
I know it's not that, but hey, look, sure, we'll put Destroy All Humans, Big Willie Unleashed. Sure. That does not help at all. Simulation and music? What the hell?
Well, it's not Rez.
And it's not Fantavision.
Oh god, that was the first PS2 game I ever played.
Yeah.
Which it makes sense. It was a launch title.
music game.
Yeah, I didn't get a PS2 at launch, but I rented a PS2 for like a weekend.
I feel like we should be able to get this though, because it has an 82% on Metacritic, so it's
Yeah.
it's clearly real
A
well liked.
simulation and music game. Well, hey, I mean, my Katamari Damacy thing wasn't too off point because it's the same platform.
Yeah, it's a fucked up game. It's one of those games where you have to.
And the
Smoke a
PS,
doobie.
the PS2 had so many of those weirdo games, like fucking Tulip. You ever played Tulip?
Nope.
That is a game where you need to build relationships so you can kiss people. Are we looking up stuff? Or are we just going off of our brains here?
I'm just going off my brain.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know what else to.
There's going to be one screenshot that like clinches it for us, but it's not this.
I'm just
one.
trying to think of music games, but like there was Guitar Hero, there's Frequency, there was Amplitude,
Gitaru Man. Yeah, it's GITARR or AROO. There you
right
go.
there. Yay! Never would have got that. Never would have heard of that one. Nice.
All right.
Nice. All right. Cool.
That was fun.
Well, we have a new game to play.
We do. We
have a bonus.
fuck. We could do an entire podcast out of this. We could. This is something we could both get really hooked on.
Yes, we could.
We take a fucking vow right now that we don't play this outside of the podcast.
No, absolutely not. No. This is. I have a specific favorites folder that is like podcast links.
Yeah.
For like the IGN game and some stuff that we played on the wrestling podcast. So this will go in there. Cool. There's a movie edition of this game too, where it shows you screenshots from the movie.
Oh, look at that! Now that we've got it, it says view source image. So we'll see the whole screenshot. Oh, it's going to give us all of them.
Oh wow!
Yeah. That's why. So if I had seen on screenshot 3, if I had seen that character there, no, even on screenshot 1, if I had seen that character, I'd have been like, oh yeah, this is Gitaru Man.
These are not the same screenshots though.
Look at it looks like you got your Snoopy thing there. It's a little thing in the UI.
Oh, it was that zoomed in. Holy shit bricks. Wait, these aren't the same screenshots.
Weird. Well, the first one's got the desk in there for sure.
Oh yeah, but this one doesn't have
no, it doesn't have
the high guy.
Scroll down, see if it's in one of them.
Yeah, maybe it's in one of the no. Yeah, that's
weird. Well, whatever.
Yeah, there's no. Yeah, where's the high guy? Where's the baked plant? I don't know where that went. And where's the text that said Monster Amazing? That's gone too.
Yeah,
that's weird. Like
that
there's
is
Ben,
weird,
but no Monster Amazing.
Well, whatever. We fucking got it. So
yeah, cool. All right, this has been an extended edition of Press Pause
Hardly
Podcast.
It's not 4 or 5 hours long.
Yeah, that's true. If you want to reach me, I am TJ-Leo on BlueSky.
I'm a Ninjas on BlueSky, plus all the other stuff that comes with that.
co.op.podcast@gmail.com. If you want to email us, don't forget to comment, like, and if you want to subscribe, click up there. If you want to check out the last episode of Press Pause Gaming Podcast, down on there. This has been episode 34. We'll see you guys next week, and apparently we'll play more of this game because that was fun.
For sure.
There we go. All right, we are out.
Bye.